The magic in me. Every time I watch rugby league, it's magic to me. Oh, we're already live. Jeez, well, that singing wasn't even meant to. That singing, I didn't realize it would go live that quickly, to be fair. But guess what? I got the magic in me. Welcome to Magic Round, everybody. We are here as the Cronulla Sharks are going to be taking on the Parramatta Eels in a very interesting game here because the Cronulla Sharks, they are on the biggest fraud alert that ever could potentially fraud alert right now after their beginning part of the season. I tipped them to win the comp. I'm not tipping them to win the comp right now. No, definitely don't have them as my favourites to win the comp currently. And the Eels, they don't sit too pretty high on the ladder right now. They currently sit in a grand old total of 17th. Yes, they are down at the bottom of the table. However, they had a much improved performance just the other week, right? They've coming off a bye now. They had a much improved performance. Actually, no, they're not down in 17th now, are they? No, that's in 2016. Yeah, they are. I don't know. I still have the 2016 up from yesterday's stream. No, they are in 16th, sorry. Gee whiz, the second last. Sorry, Parramatta fans. They're not really sorry. I don't really care. But sorry that I put you down there in 17th. They are in 16th. But this is going to be an interesting game because the Cronulla Sharks have been really stutter start throughout this season so far. They've been super up and down, man. You know, you just don't know what's going to be coming from them. They are all over the place. They're coming off a loss to the Tigers, which is the same team that the Eels put a score through just a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, it's really hard to define kind of where this game is situated. It really is. It's really difficult to. But let's go through these two team lineups. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I really hope that the internet and everything goes well here today. So we've had quite a big heat wave here in India. And it is like 44 degrees currently where I am right now. It's like 44 degrees. So if you're wondering where the BKRtravel video is from today, over there on BKRtravel, that is because we've had nothing, man. We've had nothing. I've been out and about in the hot and damn well sun because there was no aircon, there was no nothing, man. So it's just, it's not an easy place to travel, but I love it. You know, we do enjoy all the different experiences, man. All the different experiences of traveling the world. But all right, let's get into these two team lineups, and we'll start off with the Cronulla Sharkies here, who obviously play host at Suncorp Stadium. This is Magic Round, where every single team will be playing here this weekend. The Sharks coming from 7th, while the Eels come in from 16th position. And the reason why they're in 16th is because of that bye last week. They had the bye, which was able to propel them above the Panthers, who did get beaten by Manly. Now, the ins for the Sharks, Braden Hamlin-Uele and KL Ero. It's got KL there, not Kyle Ero on the NRL.com website, which is really odd, to be fair, but sure. And the outs are Mawene Hiroti and Tukahau Tapua. The fullback is William Kennedy, who is currently top of the Dally M leaderboard. Yeah, crazy to hear. Samuel Stone Street and Ronaldo Molitalo are the wingers, with KL Ero and Jesse Ramian as the centres. It's Kyle Ero, but sure. The 5'8" is Braden Trindle. The halfback is Nico Hines. The front row forwards are Adam Van-Blake and Thomas Hazelton, with the back row being Britton Nakor and Billy Burns. The hooker is Blake Brayley, and the 13 is Cameron McInnes, who is the captain. The interchange is Oregon Kafusi, Sisi Vitalakai, Braden Hamlin-Uele, and Jesse Colquhoun, with, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And the 18th man replacement is Daniel Atkinson. The coach is Craig Fitzgibbon. I am a broken record at this point. This team is one of the most balanced teams on paper. They have an incredibly balanced team across the park. They have an international New Zealander in Britton Nakora. They have an international Tongan in Adam Van-Blake. They have a State of Origin representative in Cameron McInnes. Nico Hines has played Origin level. It doesn't matter about your opinion about that performance. At the end of the day, he was at Origin level and has won a Dally M before. You know, you got Molitalo, who's an international. You got Braden Trindle, who's an Indigenous All-Star. You've also got Jesse Raymond doing his job. And this team is really good. This team is really solid, but they just don't put the results in the park. You go and have a look at their recent record, and it really is quite appalling considering the standards that we had for the Sharks coming into this season. Truly, I had them to win the comp. I had them as the preseason favourites, especially bringing Adam Van-Blake. I think they needed a forward. I think they needed a really big-time X-Factor prop, and that's exactly who they got in Adam Van-Blake. And it just hasn't eventuated. It just hasn't happened. And I'm just super confused. Their first game, obviously, I was in Vegas with my mum watching, because my mum's a Sharks fan. I've got a soft spot for the Sharkies for her. And we watched on as Ashley Klein did a good job, and it was Panthers 28-22 there. But that was a throwaway round. So you're expecting the Sharks to really kind of come out and explode from there, because, again, Magic Round, no, not Magic Round, Vegas is the throwaway round. Then they come and beat the Cowboys 36-12, and that wasn't as impressive as you would think. But I would say it's probably one of the more impressive results of their season so far, even though the Cowboys were 0-4 at that beginning part of the season. The Sharks won 27-12 over the Rabbitohs. it was a great first half, but the second half just really left a lot wanting. The game against the Dogs was abysmal. The Dogs just completely destroyed them. And yeah, sure, there was some controversial no sin binning calls against Reid Marnie, which is kind of why we're in this bad situation with the officiating right now. Like, the Bulldogs won that game 20-6, and the Sharks just didn't have it in them at all. They lost that game to the Raiders 24-20 in the last couple of seconds of the game, but they just didn't really feel like they wanted it. It just didn't seem like they had that enthusiasm to win it. The Sharks won 24-18 over Manly. It wasn't a great performance, but they got the job done. They beat the Knights 34-14. The Knights had scored 12 points in 3 weeks coming into that game. So they scored more points in that game than the previous 3 weeks beforehand. And then they went and lost 20-18 to the Tigers last week in a game that had both teams making quite a lot of mistakes. So I just don't know how to read this Sharks team, man. I really don't. You know, and I'm more than likely, I'm going to get to the Eels team list in a second. I'm more than likely going to tip him today, but not confidently, mate. Not confidently. Not confidently. Now, the Eels, on the other hand, you got Charlie Geimer and Jordan Samrani, with the outs being Kelma Tuolangi and Matt Dury. The fullback is Isaiah Yongi, with the wingers being Bailey Simonson and Josh Adokar. Centers are Will Penasini and Sean Russell. The 5'8" is Dylan Brown, with the halfback being Mitchell Moses, who was captain. He had an incredible game against the Tigers the other week. The props are Jack Williams and Junior Bolo, with the number 9, Riley Smith. The back row is Charlie Geimer and Kitiona Kautonga, with Jermaine Hopgood, Jermaine Hopgood as the 13. You got the interchange, Dylan Walker, Luca Moretti, Sam Tuivaiti, and Jordan Samrani, with the 18th man replacement being Josh Papali'i, and Jason Riles is the coach. This Eels team, for the first 5 weeks or so, I kept saying this is going to be a better team with Moses, and then they disappointed so greatly that I was like, I don't know how much Mitchell Moses changes this team when he comes back. After round 5, I started to kind of move away from that early thought process that Mitchell Moses was going to be able to change it. And then I regret that, because he did clearly show last week against the Tigers that he is a pivotal role. There is probably, it's nearly the biggest one-man team at the moment, if you're looking that way, because look, they beat the Tigers 38-22. The previous week they lost 50-12 to the Canberra Raiders. 50-12 to the Canberra Raiders. Yeah, sure, they beat the Dragons 23-22, which kind of says more about the Dragons than them. You know, got pumped by Manly, beaten enough by the Dogs, pumped by the Tigers, and also pumped by the Storm. So this Eels team was absolutely awful until we saw Mitchell Moses come back in and give them a lot more direction. He was able to really move them across the park nicely. So it does give you some confidence as an Eels fan to see that you may be able to push yourselves back up the but back up the table a lot more. I still think there is a significant amount of concerns that isn't just that it's Mitchell Moses coming back in. The Tigers still have a lot to prove for me, so it's like the Eels beating them is like, sure, that's a good result for them to get back on track, but let's see it now against a team that we are expecting to surely explode at some point. I just don't know with the Sharks, and that's the thing. So I am going to still tip the Sharks here, but I'm not convinced on them at all. I would say that this is definitely a risky game. It's a very, very risky game where I just don't know how to read it on a significant level. And if I was to make a tip, yeah, sure, I'm going to take the Sharks, but this has been a massive underdog season. This has been a massive upset year. There's been so many upsets left, right, and centre. So I would not be saying it with chest. But if I was to lean with someone, it would be Cronulla. Now, in regards to the ladder here quickly, if the Eels are to lose today, the Panthers, they play the Broncos, I think tomorrow. No, they play on Sunday against the Broncos as the home team. The Panthers, yep, go figure. So if the Eels lose this and the Panthers beat the Broncos, the Eels will go back to last. The Panthers will go above them. And then obviously they can't go any lower because you cannot get any lower. But if the Eels were to win this game, or even if they lose this game and the Broncos win, the Eels would stay in 16th, okay? But if the Eels were to win this game, they would, for the time being, go above the Knights. They would also go above the Titans. They'd also go above the Roosters and the Dolphins. They'd jump up into 12th position on equal 8 points with the Rabbitohs, the Dragons, the Tigers, Manly, and also the Sharks. Now, don't get too excited about that, Parramatta fans, because you have a minus 107 points differential, which is the worst points differential by a grand total of 33. 33 is the second worst points differential. Minus 74 to minus 107. That's a 33-point gap there. So it does tell you a lot about where you're kind of situated, that you're not going to be jumping above a great deal of teams on a points differential level, but you will jump above a lot of teams based on the closeness of the actual points itself. If you want to consider yourself in a situation to be jostling for that 7th or 8th position by the end of the season, the Eels should have a draw. Like, you need a draw, realistically, because it's going to be so difficult to adjust that after this early start. It's just nearly going to be impossible. But their points differential would... they'd have to win by 63 points to go over the Rabbitohs, and then I'm not even going to talk to you about the Dragons, the Tigers, Manly, and the Sharks. To go above the Sharks here, you would need to win this game by 146 points. That's the difference, right? So that's why you don't really have too much excitement in that regard. So if you do win this game, you're more than likely going to be situated about 14th, 13th by the end of the round. The Sharks, on the other hand, they sit in 7th position on 8 points. They've got the best points differential of that 8-point group. They've got plus 39 compared to Manly's plus 36. Now, if they lose this game, if they lost by 3, they would go above Manly now. They would have to lose by about 26 to go below the Tigers today. And then they'd have to lose by over 40, nearly 50 points to go below the Dragons, which is not happening. But obviously, Manly, they win, go above them. Tigers, they win, go above them. Dragons, and also the Rabbitohs would go above them. The Dolphins have a points differential close enough as well. Do those teams play each other? Oh, Manly have the bye this week, so Manly actually go above them tonight regardless. Yeah, Manly go above them today regardless here. Yeah, that just won't give them the points until this first game does start. So, yeah, look, the Sharks could probably drop down to roughly around, the Titans, Roosters, and Knights points differential is just absolutely pathetic, and same with the Eels. So, the only team on that 6-point brigade that could jump above them would be the Dolphins if they beat the Roosters later on today. They're on plus 16, so if the Sharks were to lose by 10, the Dolphins win by about 14, the Dolphins would also go above them. Rabbitohs play the Knights this week, the Dragons play the Tigers, so only one of those two teams could go above them. So if the Sharks lose this game, there is a chance that they drop as far as pretty much 10th. I think 10th is the lowest they can go here, barring an enormous loss and someone else getting an enormous win. They win this game, though, they'll put themselves up into 10 points. That is only the Broncos and the Cowboys. Broncos on 10 and the Cowboys on 10 as well. 5 and 6 there. The Broncos have a plus 78 points differential. The Cowboys have a minus 10 points differential. So the Sharks would jump above the Cowboys immediately. They would go above them today. Because that is just a dramatic switch. They would have to win this game by 40 points to go above the Broncos, though. They would have to win by about 40. But the Broncos play the Panthers, so that'll be an interesting one. Even though the Panthers are in last, you still have that kind of thought process. But there we go, guys. That is the ladder and a little bit of a preview here for today. Obviously, smack that like button and subscribe. We will not be here for the Dolphins and Roosters game, but I will be here for all 3 games tomorrow and all 3 games on Sunday. It's going to be a massive weekend of Magic Round, and look, hopefully this is a good game. Hopefully this is a great Magic Round. I do have my concerns about tomorrow's games. I do have a little bit of a concern about tomorrow's games, but I think Sunday's games should be really, really good. And I think that this game here and even the next game potentially could be a bit of a surprising one. But all right, let's get to the chat and see what you guys are saying. Let's move that up. Moses to drown the Sharks, Buck Cannon says. Ben says, where is it? Ben said, hey, Blaze, just to let everyone know it's my birthday next Friday. Well, happy birthday for you, man. My birthday is on Sunday. My birthday is in quite literally 2 days' time, so I get to watch on the Titans have a fantastic result against the Dogs, don't I, for my birthday? Don't I, Dogs fans, eh? Hey, have a bit of compassion. Have a bit of compassion, Dogs fans. How about that one? How about you have a little bit of sympathy, have a little bit of compassion, and just, just allow the Titans to have a win for my birthday. For the love of God, I'm begging at this point. I'm begging. Jay says, stay hydrated. Guarantees water is magic water. You are, well, that is what they believe. That is true. That is what they believe. Is there someone knocking? Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, you guys. We're back. All right. Yo! We're back. Sorry about that. Olivia says, we in the outfits are popping already. What? Popping already. I've seen dressing gowns and nightgowns. Yeah, there we go. He ordered the strippers early. Get the strippers out, mate. Get the strippers. Spelled on purpose for you, Sam. Yeah, Sam loves a good misspelling. He loves a good misspelling. Good to see our favourite church windows are back. Not the same room, but yes, usually you look towards that way. That's it. Get around the church windows, mate. Get around the church windows. Hey, bro, I hope you're enjoying India. I'm going Eels here. Am enjoying India, for sure. Am enjoying it, but not enjoying the heat. And also not enjoying like power outages and stuff. Actually, I should charge my phone because if there is a power outage, then I would need to use my phone for the internet. Give me 1 second here, guys. The game hasn't started yet. There's like 3 minutes to go until the kickoff anyway. Just give me 1 second here as I get it. Sorry, guys. It has been an absolute chaotic morning. It has been chaotic for the last 2 days. Up Cronulla. Jed Morris says the Eels coming out into the field now. Eels are coming out into the field now. Sam Curry says, didn't you live in the Gold Coast? Why is kickoff at 1:30 p.m? Because I'm in India, bro. Actually, I've got to change that too. So the Eels are coming out onto the field as we speak. See, thank you, Sam Curry. Blame Jay. Jay didn't remind me. Jay and Skunkle. You know, truly. It's unbelievable, mate. They don't do their jobs around here. They just don't do their jobs around here. So the Eels are out there. Unfortunately, it's not like a packed-out crowd right now. But I know it's sold out. Like, it's obviously the early game on the Friday. But there will be a lot of people still in attendance, especially for that second game with the Dolphins and the Roosters. There we go. 6 p.m. start. 6 p.m. start. But it is about to crack on. The Sharks do run out onto the field. What are the Sharks missing? I don't know, man. I honestly couldn't even answer. I couldn't even answer your question because I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. Sapphire says, geez, it's cold. It's cold need at Suncorp. Need an extra jacket. Looking forward to the stream of the game. Yeah, well, you need an extra jacket, and I need to shed my skin because it's so hot here. It is so hot. I got Eels 27-0. You got the Eels 27-0, do you, Mitchell? 27-0. You know, this would be very poetic in rugby league if you see the Sharks win today. The Tigers lost to the Eel. The Tigers. Yeah, Tigers lost to the Eels. Shit, I'm all over the shop. Eels lose to the Sharks. Sharks. Screw me. You know, move on from it. The three teams that play each other. You can do the math. Moses to shove his eel down the Shark. Whoa. Hold on a second. We've just seen a comment saying Moses to shove his eel down the Shark's throat. Don't know about that one. No, don't know about that one. But all right, the game has kicked off here. Magic round begins, and Will Kennedy will start off with it. And geez, we're taking it to 5. They nearly didn't get out of the in-goal there. Hello, Mr. Brocky. KC, so I got Shark 16-8. Skunkle says check phone. My phone's all over there, bro. I can't do it right now. But I will check my phone at halftime. I'll go over and have a look. Third tackle for Cronulla, and they'll get this ball here to the 10. Andrew says Eels lose to Sharks, lose to Tigers, lose to Eels. We got there in the end. Look, I didn't get there, you got there. That's the first time you ever said anything smart in your life, Andrew, but thank you very much for helping us out because it was very dodgy, very dangerous. But then again, it's so hot here that I just can't even think straight. So fifth tackle now at the 35 for Cronulla. Music Kiwi says, can't wait to see the Dogs fans blame the ref after the loss against the Titans this week. I just want a little bit of compassion. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for, man. Just a little bit of compassion from Dogs fans to get us going, to get the Titans going. Allow us a little bit of fun. Can we have fun one time on the Gold Coast besides the fact that we live in the best place on planet Earth? Besides that, can you just let us have one good win? So third tackle now for the Eels at the 45 on their side of the field. Who we all got for Broncos versus Panthers tomorrow? Good question. I will probably lean with the Broncos still, but I think that is a very much Panthers upset alert. I think there is a very high chance of a Panthers upset, but I will still tip the Broncos. Justin Sanders says, damn, I didn't know power outages were that common in India. Yeah, no, very, very common, mate. Very common. Very, very common. All right, so they put that ball down to Will Kennedy, who grabs it at the 10, and he'll get taken down about 12 metres out and dragged back to about the 8. United sucks as I'm a lip reader. He was saying it's too early, darling. Come later. Yeah, funny that because the camera's that way, and I was at the door over there, so it's really interesting how you could see my lips, despite the fact that I wasn't actually in front of you here. Third tackle now for Cronulla at the 35. Glad they changed the rules. Bunker can't call back play for high shots or rule on them unless it's very serious. So that's the thing. Sure, okay, I agree with that. I'm happy with that. That's great. But also, why change things during the season? It didn't start off that way, and then it became that way, and now we're going back to what it was before. So why make the change mid-season? Put it in the preseason. Put it in put it at a time where it doesn't impact the year, impact teams, and completely impact games. And it has impacted games for all different kinds of teams. So the Eels will grab this ball at the 20, and it'll be Bailey Simonson taking down first tackle. That's what's annoying. It's like, sure, I agree with that, but I didn't think you could go back in the first. I didn't think you should have been able to go back in the first place, unless it's serious. Sanders, my honest prediction for this game is the Eels to win. Oh, the Eels will drop that ball backwards, and then they'll get crunched down by Jesse Ramian at the 20. Geez, this is not a good set. Third tackle, and they're back. They had the ball at the 30, and now they're back at the 18. Now 25, fourth tackle. What Muppet spilt scrap metal all over the freeway today, causing 400 cars with punctured tyres? Oh, no way. Is that in Newcastle? Damn. Or is that in Suncorp, like Brisbane? That's wild. First leg, Eero and Adokar. That's not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet, Skunkle. Oh, you got one of those, like, tri-scrum multi galore, bing bang booms. Will Kennedy, he'll get this ball here to the 25. Not even doing. My honest prediction for this game is the Eels to win, not even doing for the odds. I think the Sharks win this game. I think that one game doesn't prove it for me with the Eels. I think, sure, like, if the Eels go and do this one, it's a lot better of a result. Sorry, Tigers fans. It is a lot better result, even though the Sharks haven't proven shit. They're still in 7th position with a chance to move up today. Not decently, but really kind of confirm where they're at right now. The Eels, for me, need to prove more than one game against the Tigers for me to go all in on them and say, you know, they're ready to rock and roll again. Sharks now fit tackle inside the attacking half, 45 metres away from the Eels line. No team has had an attacking set just yet. It's just been tit for tat through the middle of the park, realistically. And Nicho Hynes, he needs to have a big one here today. People will blame him regardless. If they lose, people always seem to look for Nicho Hynes to blame. But I can tell you right now, there is a lot more at problems here at Cronulla at the moment than just Nicho Hynes. Kenny says, if you could equate these teams to NFL so I could have a gauge. No clue who these teams are. I only know Penrith. Sharks, geez, these are tough ones. Eels would be like the Cleveland Browns in a lot of ways. Like, they just haven't won. The Eels haven't won since the 80s, and even then it was a interstate competition. It wasn't a national competition because there was no Broncos, there was no New Zealand, there was no Gold Coast, there was no Cowboys, no Melbourne and stuff like that. So it was a New South Wales Cup, effectively, but the professional tournament back then. Eels get down to the Sharks at the 10. Chat can help me out with this one. Sharks is a tough one. They've won one premiership in 50 years. It's a penalty to Cronulla. Penalty for offside to Cronulla. So they'll get themselves out of trouble here in their own chain. I'd probably say, before I look at the chat, I'd probably say Cronulla would be... Damn, who's won like one championship in a very long time? A team that was always competitive but never really got there. Eels of the Jets. That's just not a bad shout, Negan. That's not a bad shout, but the Eels have at least won something. Have the Browns ever won anything, actually? I don't know. Mitchell says Tigers hater. So sad, that's me, mate. I should get a shirt saying Tigers hater. And another penalty, the Sharks on first tackle at the 45, at the 25, sorry. So they didn't kick it too far. But Jermaine Hopkins will get another penalty and they'll get themselves out of the first half. Olivia Rib with the $8 donations. Another day, another dono. Cheers to the weekend. Appreciate you, Olivia. Thank you very much. Kenny says, so they're terrible then? Sure. The Eels made the grand final 3 years ago. Outside, and they had a pretty good couple of years between 2019 and 2023. Since then, not been good at all. And also before then, not been good at all. They won 3 spoons in the midst of the 2010s. They're currently in 16th position. They haven't won a competition since 1986, and that wasn't a national competition. So, yeah, it's not great. It's been a long time. Right-hand side, Britton Nakora, and they'll be 20 metres out from the line. This is the first attack and set of the game here. So, 4 tackle. Jesse Ramey pushes away from 1. He's 15 out. Now 10 out. Now 10 out. And says Eels the best team in the West currently going off the ladder. 4 premierships in a row for Penrith. Might disagree with you. And that is going to be a knock-on. Don't touch it, Hazelton. Don't touch it, dude. Don't touch it, dude. Don't be a forward. Oh, my gosh. If he had to touch that, I might have flipped out. If Tom Hazelton had have touched that, I might have flipped out. But it's a knock-on from Braden Trindle, so it's going to be Eels ball. I might have flipped out. I might have actually crashed out if Tom Hazelton touched that ball. Casey says, still better than Melbourne, though. We have one freeway servicing like half Melbourne, so as you can imagine, very busy, almost 24/7. Where did this happen again, Brenton? Mount White on the way to Sydney. Oh, so that's Sydney way, okay. No, Jay says the Western Reds. What do the Western Reds have to do anything with? I'm in the bowl, Olivia says. What's the bowl? Eels are the best team in the West. I've already read that comment, and I refuse to believe it. Mitchell says, as if being a Browns fan wasn't bad enough, now we're getting compared to the Eels. Well, disagree with me. Disagree with me. You give me a better comparison for the Eels. Oh, that's a knock-on from the Parramatta Eels. Yes! That's a knock-on. So the Sharkies will get the ball here at the 30. Sharkies get the ball at the 30. Kenny says the Seahawks. Nah, you couldn't say the Sharks the Seahawks. No, the Seahawks had a real dominating run. The Sharks haven't really had a dominating run. Like, they won in 2016, but that 2 years prior, they got done for very controversial nature. Very controversial nature. Eels are Tottenham Hotspur. Hayden, that is absolutely bang on, but we're trying to compare to NFL here. But Eels are Tottenham Hotspur for sure. But Tottenham may win. Tottenham may win the Europa. Second tackle now for the Sharks, and they'll be 15 metres away. This is their second attacking opportunity of the game. Second opportunity here. They go out to the left. Blake Brayley, Nico Hines. Hines out to Braden Trindle. Trindle then. Here we go. Kennedy. Oh, gets taken down 8 metres away from the line. Out to Cameron McInnes. He'll be 4 metres out. 4 tackle. This has been a decent attacking shape for Cronulla. They're going to get a 6 again. Out to Nico Hines. Short ball out for Blake. Probably should have gone himself there. It might have probably worked out. Well, this is good defense here from the Eels, considering their defense so far this season has been absolutely horrific. Out to Trindle, and Trindle will be crunched down to the 5. Good tackle by Dylan Brown, second tackle. 10 minutes gone in the first half, guys. 30 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe. Nico Hines to Blake Brayley, back underneath to Cameron McInnes, and he will be taken down 13 metres away from the line. Travis says Carr for first try, I'm predicting. I don't know. I think the Sharks are probably going to score on this set, to be fair. Braden Trindle, Nikora, 4 metres out, 4 tackle. If the Eels can hold him out here, that's actually really impressive. Sharks' attack just hasn't been it for me this year. Blake Brayley fakes it off, then goes all the way back to Nico Hines. They really switch it hard. That's a great run there from Will Kennedy, but he'll be taken down to the 10. The defense has been solid here from the Eels. Nico Hines. Oh, that is an absolute peach of a ball. That is a fucking peach of a ball, son. That is a beautiful ball there from Nico Hines, and it's 4-0 here with a kick to come. Yeah, it's 4-0 here with a kick to come. Gee whiz, that is a peach of a ball. So Kyle Iro will score, and it's 4-0 with a kick to come to Cronulla. Cronulla. Kenny Fryman says, it must be said your knowledge of the NFL is strong. Well, man, with me, I love sport so much that I have pretty good knowledge about pretty much every of the big sports, right? The only one that I have limited knowledge in is hockey, as in ice hockey for you. I love ice hockey. I was at the Vegas Golden Knights game. There's a vlog of it on BKRtravel. I was at the Vegas Golden Knights game. I've been to Blackhawks games before. Love a bit of hockey, but I don't have as much knowledge on it. If you want to have a conversation with me about baseball, NBA, NFL, European football, even South American football, Australian football, NRL, AFL, Super Rugby, cricket, everything, you know, I can do that. It's just hockey is the one that I guess Australians find difficult to get into, like on a TV. When you're at the game, though, it's incredible. Martin says, what do you think of the Tigers? Like the Tigers, man, I think there's a lot to prove still, but I think they're in the development stages, and I'm really enjoying seeing them showing that development signs, because for so long now, it's been so hard to watch them be so poor. But this year, even though they're not, they're nowhere near what their potential is, they are in the processes of the development. I think Tigers fans just need to be a lot more patient and understand that it is slowly moving themselves out of the bottom of the table, which they have had for 3 straight years. So it's very good. You're going to celebrate every win. You're going to celebrate every moment that even makes you feel competitive and enjoy rugby league again. Because as a Titans fan myself, I understand how it is to not enjoy rugby league because your team sucks ass. And that's the thing. That's why I understand Tigers fans. And it's like, you still go and watch them. You're still passionate about them. You still support your team. But you need them to give you something. And that's what the Tigers are doing this year. So that's why it's good. Surf Rider says, Bulldogs have yet to win a game in Magic Round. I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful. What about MMA? Yeah, MMA as well. Blitzy, MMA, boxing. Yeah, I could have conversations about all those. Can we not talk about baseball? Andrew, I love baseball. Chicago Cubbies, baby. Go, Cubs, go. Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Red Sox gonna lose today. You love it, Andrew. You love it, don't you? Second tackle here at the 23. Why not says, let's go the Doggies, Bulldogs for life. Yeah, well, good luck on Sunday, man. Bulldogs have not won a Magic Round game before. They have yet to win a game at Magic Round, but they do take on the Titans, who is a very winnable team for the Bulldogs. However, the Bulldogs have players out too. It's going to be a really intriguing game. I think the Sunday games, all 3, Panthers, Broncos, Titans, Dogs, and Storm Raiders, are actually bangers, man. I think all 3 are bangers. I think the Panthers Broncos game is on Sunday. Yeah, it is. KCT says, so Eels get the ball here at the 20. It's 6-0 here to the Sharks right now. So Dogs, Storm, and Warriors are my predictions on who could win this year. I don't think the Warriors, dude. I don't. I think the Warriors is a little bit of a facade right now, man. There's a lot more to prove there with the Warriors. The Dogs have definitely put themselves into the equation. The Raiders are putting themselves in the equation. The Storm have taken themselves onto a very edge of the. I don't know what these blokes are doing, but the Storm should still be in the equation, obviously. And the Eels out here, 6 again. They'll be 35 metres away here from the Sharks line. Good run there. Hayden says, who do you follow in the Premier League? Not who Skunkle said, that's for sure. Second tackle now. The Eels will be at the 24. It's crazy, though. Like, Skunkle's from New Zealand and hates the All Blacks. You know, I just don't understand that. You know, like, I actually don't mind the All Blacks. It's crazy, Skunkle, that you said to me that you absolutely hate the All Blacks and you're a Kiwi. I really find it crazy. So it's going to be Dylan Brown now taken down here at the 10. Let's hope the paddock isn't too ripped up. No, man, that's dribble. Everyone says this every year, and it's always fine. It's always dribble. Every single time people talk about this, it's always complete dribble. The paddock has never been. It's never too ripped up. Even after dreadful rain the last couple of years at Magic Round, knocked back there by the Eels, and the Sharks will get the ball here at the 10. Scanlon says, crazy how you said you were swapping the Bears when they joined the NRL. But see, the difference here is that everyone here knows that I hate the Bears, and the Bears can go die in a fire. So they understand that I'm not a Bears fan. So that's the difference. You tried, though. You tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson here is never to try, Skunkle. Because guess what? Who has the microphone, Sam? Fourth tackle here at the 42. You can't win, my friend. You cannot win when I have the microphone. What you thinking, man? What you thinking? What's your thoughts on Desi putting David back into reserve grade? Don't agree with it. So fifth tackle puts the ball to the Eels at the 10, and it will be Yongi taken down back here at the 8. No, I don't agree with it. I think that there's no... I understand what he's trying to achieve. I do. I don't think it's necessarily the way to go, though. I think if you wanted to make... like, what he's doing is trying to make a statement. If you want to make a statement... there's other players you could have made a statement with. So, for the shock effect. So it's going to be the Eels now kicking this ball from the 20 on a penalty. They get a penalty here. Hayden says, swear, would hate to be a United fan. At what point have you ever... You've been here long enough now, Hayden. At what point have you ever heard me say that I'm a Rag fan? Ben says, do you agree with Flano dropping Ilias to make Dragons better? I believe that he should have dropped both the halves, to be fair, but it's not going to happen. I don't believe they should drop both halves, but I think that you make a selection of the halves. I'm okay with it being Ilias or Flanagan. Obviously, he's going to have his pre-notion bias and not drop his son, but I think that you could make an argument for either one of the two to get dropped. Like they are, for mine, bottom 4 halves pairing in the comp, so it's like... You can lay the blame on Ilias, or you can lay the blame on Flanagan, and it's like, if it's your son and you're the coach, of course he's going to try and lay the blame onto the opposite guy, whether it's right or wrong. Eels taking down at the 20 here, 4th tackle. United is undefeated in Europa League. United is absolutely ass, and maybe the first team to ever give Tottenham a trophy in our lifetime, mate. So, until you win that trophy, it really doesn't matter. And also, the Europa League is so irrelevant in regards to conversations with teams who are in the Champions League. Wow, that's a huge hit there from Junior Bolo. That is a massive hit. Sam Stonestreet got whacked. Now Mulatalo gets the ball out of the 15, 3rd tackle. Very low scoring 17 minutes here. Very low scoring 17 minutes here. Will Candy to the 25. I will say the Sharks aren't making a huge amount of meters. They're not making a huge amount of meters on any set here. 5th tackle at 35. Their average set would be pretty low. Perth Bears are going after players. Perth Bears, guys, let me just really reiterate for this for everybody. The Perth Bears are not official. There is no official acknowledgement that the Perth Bears are actually happening. There is media reports, which we have heard for decades, that the Bears are coming back in, whether it be North Sydney, whether it be the Western Corridor of Brisbane, whether it be the damn well Gold Coast Titans that they tried to circle jerk on, the Perth Bears. They are not official yet. It's not official. There is nothing that has said that they're coming in. This is the same dribble we hear every single year. They are the best marketing ploy team that I've ever seen in my life. They just get the media on their side and drill it into the fans' minds. And it's absolutely absurd. That's going to be a penalty here to the Eels. Penalty to the Eels at 35. It astounds me that until there is an official acknowledgement that they are coming in, why people always believe the media and this narrative agenda pushed, the propaganda from the North Sydney Bears organisation. I get why they do it. There is no official acknowledgement of the Perth Bears yet. They aren't going after anybody because they don't exist yet. They're not going after anybody because they don't exist. I don't understand why it's so difficult to realise this is a media buddy circle jerk. So first up, but they do great in their marketing propaganda, the North City Bears. I will give them that. They're a fantastic propagandist. So it's going to be second tackle over the Eels, and they're 15 metres away from the line. I'm confused with that ruling. I didn't actually see the ruling because I was just trying to explain that the media is doing the job in regards to the Bears. It's not, the NRL hasn't said anything. So 13 metres away, they give it out, and Jermaine Hopgood 5 metres now, 4 tackle. Out to Dylan Brown, chance here. Oh, that's going to be Sharks ball. Damn, that's, oh, I don't know about that one. Why is this a penalty? I don't understand why this is a penalty here to the Eels. Why? Why is this a penalty to the Eels? Drop Bears should join the comp before the Bears. Breton, drop Bears are dangerous creatures. Real dangerous creatures. So why is that a penalty? Inside the 10, they reckon. But why, he didn't call a 6 again originally. So it wasn't like no advantage taken. He didn't call a 6 again. Or did he? Did I miss him call the 6 again and then he called the penalty because of no advantage? Like, did I miss that part? I genuinely may have. That's why I'm asking. Because he would have called the 6 again then, which would have then... Oh, that's a good tackle there. It's a very good tackle by Kyle Ero. He's having a great game so far. Second tackle for the Eels, 5 metres out here from the line. They give it to Mitchell Moses. Cross to Riley Smith, and then Jermaine Hopgood, 13 metres away, third tackle. 20 minutes to go the first half. 20 minutes gone. Hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to go check out BKRtravel. There was meant to be a video on there this morning. But unfortunately, India was not a big fan of BKRtravel today. The old continent of Asia, the old subcontinent of India, was not a big fan of me being able to upload a video. But you know what's I'm not a big fan of? Watching that knock-on from the Eels 5 metres out from the line. Not a massive fan of that either. So I understand India's grievances with me, and I hope you guys understand my grievances with Jermaine Hopgood knocking that ball on there. And it's just, no, I didn't hear 6 again. He was offside, though. I'm not going to take your advice because you're an Eels fan, because you're obviously going to defend that. But I will say that if you didn't hear the 6 again, then that's confusing. Yeah, this does look like a game. Sean Johnson said, I think we're in for a game here. This actually does look like it might be a game. Add a car score, please, so I don't have to worry about this game anymore. Who have you got in the next game, Mr. Samwise Goungy? Thought they blocked the sun in London? Oh, sorry, Paul Max said morning all from a sunny London. No, you're a liar. You are a liar. You are a liar, Paul. Paul, don't do this. We know England. You've never seen a sunny day in your life. You have never seen a blue sky in your life. Just to let you know, the sky is actually blue. You've never seen a blue sky in your life in London, mate. Come on. Good pass there, McInnes. It was a great run from Brayley. And McInnes is still going. And then he'll get the offload away to Adam Blake. It's fine. It's fine. Trindle gets it out left-hand side. Here's a chance. Here's a chance. Kyle Leroy taking down to the halfway point. No, it's more Talo. He's playing in the centres. What? Hopgood is so good, but he loves dropping the ball in front of the try line. Hopgood was really good. Oh, he got tripped up, Hamilton, and it's lost the ball. Damn, he was so close. Oh, it was the big Alex Caruso was on his way to glory. On his way to glory. Gets tripped up. Deary me, that's a great trip up, man. That is a fantastic trip. Otherwise, Hazelton was away, and he would have had someone follow up. Andrew the Legend, unfortunate that his stint has been underwhelming, but everything he has achieved before Spurs was unreal. He told the Spurs fans that they would win a trophy in their second year. It is now their second year. They are more than likely going to be in the Europa League final, and they're going to take on United. Tottenham vs United will be a good game. Both of them are absolute dribbler squad. They're both dribbler squad teams. So you never know what's going to happen. One team dribbles their way past Lyon. One team dribbles their way past, some random team in Europe. These two teams are like 15th and 16th in the Premier League. It's just it tells you the Europa League. It tells you everything you need to know about the competition. Stone Street and Yongi time try scorer so close yet so far. Oh, what did Skunk say? Bostock and Scrabble next game. Scrabble. Oh, Bostock and Nwangana. You're a muppet. 4th tackle in for the Eels at the 30. If you guys ever, if anyone's new here or hasn't seen this yet, if you ever see in the chat someone refer to a man's name as Scrabble, they're talking about Mark Nwangana from the Roosters. So stupid. So they go out to the righty of the Eels, and they're going to go so far right that they're actually going to hit Timbuktu. They go over the sidelines. So it's going to be Sharks ball here at the 15. That was a really nice play. Unfortunately for them, the field dimensions don't also fit in Antarctica. You can't play in Antarctica on the same field. It's not that long. So the Eels will get taken out, and see you later. Matt Lee says, as a Leeds fan, having to rely on Spurs makes me worried. And fair enough, man. Dude, Spurs fans who are worrying, they'll always worry about this. There's no way that anyone could ever be confident in Spurs doing anything. And penalty to the Shaggies at the 13. Not Skunkle. Jay loves it when we talk about football. Jay's a big fan of the old Premier League in football. He's a big fan. He loves it. Jay, who's your favourite Premier League team? So penalty for a high tackle hit, and the Sharks will get the ball to the 35. Santa says he didn't even try to flick it back in. No. He thought he was playing with the Penguins, mate. Thought he was playing with the Penguins. Yeah, Skunkle Brenton, he puts on not just 2 try scorers. He puts on 2 try scorers every single game, and it's a potential of winning about $1.2 trillion, and then he's always surprised when it doesn't come off. But then again, we're doing a massive New Zealand trip next year if he gets it. Sharks are here at the 40 on 3rd tackle. Jay says, soccer, gayest sport on the planet. Thank you, Jay, for your input. I knew you really enjoyed watching the old football. And now the Sharks will 4th tackle at the 35. Is there another game after this one? There is. Dolphins Roosters. I can't do it, unfortunately, but I will be here for all 3 games tomorrow, and I will be here for all 3 games on Sunday. But I cannot do the Dolphins and the Roosters. But I thought that, it's gone backwards. It's fine. Well, no, challenge that. It's gone backwards. Well, no. Why are you not challenging that? He's clearly offloading this backwards. Oh, it's going to hit his knee there. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm the Muppet. Put my hand up and say, I am the Muppet. Do not challenge that. Do not challenge that. It was $18,400. And what, you put $5 or $10 on it? And it says, I'm going to put a petition to play in Antarctica. You know what, Andrew? I reckon you should. And you know what? I'll sign it for you. Because I hope you're referring to the Parramatta Eels. You can play out of the no-fly zone there. Then other teams have to play up. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Bucks says, do Man United fans care about Leeds as much as Leeds fans care about Man United? No. I'm not a United fan, but they only care about Liverpool and City. They pretend they don't care about City, but they do. A lot. So that's the right-hand side. The Eels at the 50 on 3rd tackle. Adam Smart says he's going to be streaming the NBA now. Only good teams are left. Wait, you're the Pacers fan, right? I really hope your team loses on the basis of Tyrese Halliburton's dad. That's a real wank move from him, eh? Like, there's nobody who could agree with what Tyrese Halliburton's dad did with Giannis. Oh, that's 6 again here. 6 again. Moses away. He's over the sideline. That was advantage taken. It should be Sharks ball. Yeah, that's Sharks ball 25. No, Mitchell Moses, you can't complain. You took your advantage. You ran 20 meters, mate. What are you complaining about, Moses? You got the ball back. You took your advantage from it. You ran 20 meters. Why are you complaining? What is he complaining about? You ran 20 meters, Moses. You can't run 20 meters and then say that the advantage wasn't taken. But then again, with that being said, a couple of weeks ago, we did see one team, I can't remember who it was, they ran a good 20, 30 meters and they came back for the advantage. I can't remember. But the point of the matter is that why is Moses complaining? He decided to make the run and ran about 20 meters before getting taken out of the sideline. And Sharks are away here. Sharks are away. They get off to Kyle Leroy. Nearly lost the ball, but it was taken out at 35. Buck says, Moses, what was he thinking? Don't know what he's thinking. Tyrese Halliburton is good. Yeah, sure. That doesn't have anything to do with his dad in regards to the way that he went onto the court to have a crack at Giannis immediately after the game. Like, you've just won the game, man. I'm a big believer in talk shit until the game, talk shit during the game. Once the game finishes, whoever wins, wins. You know, like if I'm talking shit with a mate of mine who's a Broncos fan, we'll talk shit all week. or talk shit during the game. Maybe there might be one little sarcastic comment after a game, but nothing serious. But ultimately, whoever wins that game wins. So it's like that's a big belief of mine. Pacers getting swept, Knicks getting swept, Warriors in 5 and OKC in 7. Who's OKC playing? And the Sharks now at the 5. As much as Cavs have been good this year, but always support my Pacers. I just can't believe you decided to support Indiana of all places, dude. I still can't believe it. You can tell me about everything, why you've supported them, and you've told me before. But it's just so odd to see someone decide to support Indiana. Like, Indiana. That's like someone deciding to support Mount Isa. Nearly, quite literally. Third tackle, and Blake Brayley. I've been to Indiana before. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying it's a bad place necessarily. It's just, you've got a choice of 30 NBA teams. You chose Indiana. 40-20 attempt. Did that make 40-20? This is going to be really close. Just outside the 20. That's a very good kick. It's just a little bit too heavy on the hook. Oh, just went out about the 22 or so, maybe. That's a hard one to figure out there for the ref. Like, you can't blame the touchy if he got that wrong. If that was a 40-20 or not a 40-20, he's called it being short. I'm okay with it. That's a very difficult angle to understand if that went out or not. Like, where that went out. 2 words, Reggie Miller. Yeah, but Indiana, though, you know? He put his father in his place, reportedly. Yeah, sure. Still happened, for sure. OKC play either Denver or Clippers, depending on who wins Game 7. Oh, OKC. Whoop, whoever. All right, so the Eels now will get this ball. Third tackle to the 25. There is 10 minutes to go of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And also, if you subscribe to BKRtravel, I saw someone subscribe to BKRtravel the other day on one of the videos, and they commented saying, "Go Roosters, go." It was like the helicopter when I went through the Grand Canyon on the helicopter. Why did you comment, "Go Roosters, go" on the helicopter video? That's not the sport channel. This is the sport channel. That's a travel channel where you're about to see indie videos and Thailand and Will Cairns away at the 25. Why comment "Go Roosters go" on a video of me going through the Grand Canyon on a helicopter? So second tackle of the Sharks at the 30. Just tuned in. Who's winning this game so far? Well, the Sharks are up 6-0, so I'm going to lean with the Sharks. They're winning about 6-0, is what I would probably reply to there, Ryan. I would say it's very much in the balance, but the Sharks have probably been the better team. The Sharks have probably been the better team. It's not significant, though. They've just kind of been... They've made more of the breaks. This is a good run of McInnes. I think Blake Brayley's having a good game. He's making some really nice runs up the middle. But no one's really taken the game away from each other just yet. Trindle puts it up. Good chase here. Good chase from Cronulla. And, wow, Yongi, good take under a lot of pressure. Nah, mate, didn't reply. Sorry, should have replied, nah, mate, didn't see any rooster in the Grand Canyon. Oh, out of car! Oh, he's taken down 45 metres out, taking tackle. Saw chipmunks. Saw a little chipmunk. Just a little chipmunk. Also, was told about all the rattlesnakes in the area. If you watch the video, you know all this, though. But the rattlesnakes, there is a lot of them in the area. Didn't get to see a deer or like a mountain lion. Not a mountain lion. What are they called? The really aggressive, like big cats they have. What are they called? I wish you showed us a rattlesnake. That's not very nice. You wanted me to die. Eels now at the 18. You want me to die, Andrew? You really? Is that what you're doing? Hey, Eels! So close, 3 meters away from the line. No, it's not a cougar. It's not a it's not a mountain lion. If you keep going through names of them, you'll probably get it at some stage. And that was awful chase from the Eels. The Sharks will get the ball at the 5. It was actually in a pretty decent area. Not a single Eel jumped up for the ball. I saw the vid. The canyon looks amazing. Did you say that on the video, Ben? Did you comment it? Wild dog, not a wild dog. But you know what's a wild dog? This referee. He's called a penalty for the Sharks. What are they called? What type of dangerous cats are there in... I'm going to put the LA Mountains because I know they're there a lot. It's not a cougar. It might be just a mountain lion, to be fair. It may be just mountain lions that I'm talking about. It probably is. I feel like there's a different name, though. No, Jay, not a yowie. Not a yowie. Didn't see Bigfoot there either. It probably is a mountain lion, to be fair. I'm pretty certain it is. Second time, there's actually leopards here in Udaipur. There's actually leopards when you go out. We're going to a lake later on today. There's actually leopards out here that when you're swimming. The Sharks knocked the ball on. The Eels will get the ball at the 30. And they're away. Yongi! Oh, he's been tripped up at the 40. That literally saved the try. Or no, he's been tackled. Oh, now you've ruined the momentum of Yongi. Dude, use your intelligence. Use your brain, dude. Oh, it's going to be an injury here for the Sharks too. But Yongi, even so, would have been told to come back because he was tackled. To be fair, you could have even argued that he was flicking that ball out the backwards there from the Sharks. That is a try saver and a half there from Will Kennedy. No, sorry, from Braden Trindle. So here we go. Goes down there. Momentum kill, but yeah. It's a good hit from Talakai, but you can't tell me he can then get back up and run. That's the issue. So, like, he would have been classed as tackle there. He got up and whatnot. See, that's just stupid from Yongi. Like, if there wasn't an injury to Talakai, if Talakai didn't get injured in that situation, I think it's Talakai, isn't it? If he doesn't get injured there, then Yongi, if he gets up, ruins the momentum and has to come back regardless. And that's why I'm just like, well, that's ridiculous. Oh, jeez, that's a bad knockout, man. God bless him. Negus wasn't held. He absolutely would have been called held. They absolutely would have called that every day of the week. Every day of the week. Yongi was down to the ground. It was 2 seconds. The Talakai was on top of him. They would have called it. But anyway, that is unfortunate there. So it's going to be 0 tackle leave with the Eels at the 30. Yeah, it's done, but I understand why he did get up. Why? Would have ruined the momentum. Why? Big sports weekend in Brisbane. NRL Magic Round, top of the table. AFL, Clash, Lions, GC Suns. Yeah, go the Sunnies. Up the Sunnies, son. Up the Sunnies. So, second tackle here. Ref didn't call it. I don't think the ref called it because there was the injury. He clearly acknowledged that there was an injury on the ground. So, the Eels now will go to the right. Taking down to the 10. Third tackle. 7 minutes to go here of the first half. And a penalty to the Eels here. Penalty to the Eels. Mitchell Moses has been cut down here. Johnson actually brings a breath of fresh air in the commentary. I do like Shaun Johnson in the commentary, and I will probably forever like Shaun Johnson in the commentary, but I hate that it will give it a couple months and people will find ways to critique him. It's how society works, unfortunately. Everyone loved Cooper Cronk originally too. Yeah, that is definitely a late hit from Braden Trindle. I don't know, a late hit off the ball. What? Not even late, it's just a hit off the ball. So, yeah, definitely penalty. No, so Andrew, what we're saying is the call of held wasn't called by the ref, but I believe the call of held wasn't called by the ref because of the injury that he saw from Sifa Talakai. Does the country of Brisbane know the Lions and Suns are on top of the ladder? No one on the Gold Coast would give a shit. Brisbane get around it a bit, the Lions, but no one on the Gold Coast would care. And if they say they do, they didn't last year, and they haven't for 15 years. Trindle loves a good late hit. Loves a nice little cheeky late hit, the old Braden Trindle. All right, so the Eels, they're 10 metres away from the line. They've been tackling the opposition 20 more times than the Sharks. Riley Smith out the back to Moses. Moses here to Dylan Brown. And Sean Russell's 5 metres away. Sharp Boys, is he the Eels fan or the Titans one? I forgot. I'm the Manly fan, mate. Big Manly fan. Massive Manly Sea Eagles fan. I'm huge Manly. Go Manly! Go Manly! Riley Smith out of the left. They give it to Dylan Brown over the top. Josh Hunter-Carr! Shot on Josh Hunter-Carr! For the Eels, it's 6-4 with a kick to come. 6-4 with a kick to come. The Eels finally get over the line. Yeah, that definitely is bias, Andrew. There is no wall that was 10 in the bin for Braden Trindle. Alright, so just scorer. With 6 minutes left of the first half, it's a big try. Shark Boy, are you a Sharks fan? I think he might be. Or maybe he's a Raiders fan. You never know. He might be. Predictions on how many bins this round. Refs didn't say they were going to ease off a little. I reckon they will. I reckon they've seen how much criticism they've received, and they will. So I'll probably go like maybe 4 max. Maybe 5. On your hockey topic, Australia plays Netherlands in about an hour. Do you want to know how many people care about hockey in Australia? Whether it be field hockey or ice hockey? No one. Give that man a phone charger. Give that man a phone charger. Oh no, I just realised what he was saying. Could be nice, Mitchell. Okay, not reading that too. Shark Boy's a Dragons fan. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. The Sharks, you've got to be the most disappointing team for me this season. There's no way you can't tell me there's been a team more disappointing than the Sharks. Maybe the Panthers, sure, but like the Sharks were a hot topic team, mate. Isn't hockey like one of the most watched sports in the world somehow, or am I tripping? So a lot of Eastern Europe will watch it, so like Russia, Ukraine. There's a lot of those Baltic countries that will get around it. Yeah, the Eastern European section loves their hockey, ice hockey. Asia doesn't give the slightest of shits about ice hockey. Australia doesn't. I would say that obviously America does and Canada does, and I would say it's probably some in Mexico and that too. Oh, it will brush the post and go in, so it'll be 6-6 here with 5 minutes to go the first half. South America doesn't. So it's just going to come from your Russias and your Ukraines and your Belarus and your even your Serbia and your Bosnias and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a bit of Greece as well. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, no, Greece would be more like basketball. 7 games left, Blazing, and we're rolling in it. Mate, Skunk, we're flying. Flying, son. You reckon Panthers will pick up, or are they in hot contention for the spoon? Scandinavia do love hockey, you're right. You're right, Scandinavia do. The old Swedish, the old Norwegians. You know what I always find weird about Scandinavians is that I've never met a Finnish person. I've met hundreds and thousands of Swedish. I've met hundreds and thousands of Norwegians. And I've met hundreds and thousands of Denmark. Why have I not met Finnish people? Do they leave their country? Is Finland locked off to the world? Have we got a North Korea on our hands in Europe right now? Why do I never meet Finland? I don't understand. So Eels' third tackle leave with the ball at the 30 on their own side of the field. True. Apparently it's the third most popular sport in the world fan-wise somehow. Well, 1's going to be football. 2 will be cricket. Nah, surely 3 is basketball. Kenny says, Yikes, probably about as many as that care about cricket here, unless we beat Pakistan last, which makes USA by default the best. What? Unless we best Pakistan last, which makes you... Do you think Pakistan's good at cricket? Is that what you're saying? Brother, if USA beat Australia, then you can talk. If USA beat India, then you can talk. If USA compete with England, then you can talk. Pakistan? You think that if USA beats Pakistan, that makes them the best in the world? Is that what you're saying? Pakistan. 4 tackling at the halfway point. Blake Brayley, 6 again for the Sharks. Eels, you've done such good work. Just keep yourselves in this game and then to score. You can't be giving it up right now. Yeah, basketball has to be third, surely. I trust your word for it, Sundo, but surely that's just an opinionated piece, because even baseball has a massive viewership, man. You've got the Caribbean, you've got Japan, you've got America, you've got Canada, you've got Mexico, you've got even parts of Australia. Get around it, not too much though. Well, Candy out to Kyle Iro, and Iro is going to be about 13 metres away from the line for tackle. Finland ice rink on the Gold Coast. Sorry? Brandon Eslick says that Finland and Redcliffe. Yeah, but I don't want to go to that Finland. I'll get diarrhea. So Blake Brayley out to Nico Hines. Short ball, Nick Cora. What a run! Try top of the Shaggies. That ball, that run, bing, bang, blip. If you Sharks fans or other fans of teams say that this is Nico Hines' fault if they lose this game, you need psychiatric Help. You need to seek a psychologist because he has now had 2 beautiful balls for the tries for the Sharkies. One to Kylero, one to Britt Nakora. But also, this is a great line from Britt Nakora too. It's a great line. Field hockey's a joke in America. No one cares about field hockey unless it's the Olympics. Technically speaking, though, India's national sport is actually field hockey, not cricket. Technically speaking. But no one cares. Even in India, bro. I'm literally in India, so take my advice. No one here cares about field hockey. No one. Quite literally no one cares about field hockey here. I shouldn't say that. From where I've been Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, and Udaipur. It's all cricket. It's all IPL. It's Circle Jerk Central IPL. Table tennis and volleyball are higher than basketball. Volleyball makes sense. Table tennis, I think, is just heavily in favor of the... Well, Asia's got the biggest populations in the world, right? China and India. So you're going to find that they're going to have the more popular sports. So Nico Hines will convert this. He's right in front. There's 56 seconds to go here in the first half. Buck says they're just assuming that Indians love field hockey. Well, India's been good at field hockey. Maybe 30 years ago they cared a lot more about field hockey. India wasn't always that great at cricket. They just decided to go bang. But also, Australia's still got more trophies than them. I will promise you guys, I'll give you this from my personal experience. I don't think this country will ever forgive Australia for that World Cup. Like, truly, they despise Australian cricket team for the way we treated them with the ODI World Cup in Ahmedabad. It's also not pronounced Ahmedabad, it's Ahmedabad. So, if you speak to an Indian, I don't know if they'll ever forgive Australia for that World Cup. And that's not even joking. They hate it. They absolutely hate these. They like the players. They play Cummins individually. Jay will love that. They love these kind of guys playing for their IPL teams, like Hyderabad Sunrisers and Delhi and all that kind of jazz. But far out, man. They're traumatized. They're traumatized from that ODI World Cup. And if there's an Indian here watching, you know I'm telling the truth, too. Second tackle hit. David says, rumours are circling, Blaze, that you're in India because you're going to be in the next Bollywood John Wick film. Bollywood John Wick. I did watch a Bollywood movie the other day called Padmavati. Actually, very good movie. Padmavati. And I'm actually close to where the movie's about, Chittorgarh. In Rajasthan. So the Sharkies now, they'll be 35 metres away from the line. Fit tackle, gets the offload away. It's 4 tackle, but doesn't matter. 2. Oh, no, don't throw it away now. Oh, he will not get the ball away. And that, my friends, will be the half time. The half time. So 12-6 the Sharks. 2 tries in the last 4 minutes of that first half where Sharks led 6-0. Then the Eels tied up 6-6 with 4 minutes to go through Adokar. And then the Sharkies had a great ball again from Nico Hines to Britt Nakora. Bang right next to the post to make it 12-6. Look, my eye test kind of thought process here is that the Sharks have been better, but not dominant. Like, they haven't really been dominant at all, but they have been the better team. And the Eels were stuck in nicely, but giving up that try just then was pretty brutal. Let's go through some of these team stats here, guys, at halftime. And then I'm going to quickly go have a look at my phone because Skunkle said he sent me a message. So hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get into it. So the possession has been literally 50-50. Also, to clarify, as I always say, these halftime stats are just at halftime. So the numbers I give you may be very slightly different, but don't take it quite literally. Take it as a good reading of how the game is going. So 50-50 in possession, 14 minutes and 19 seconds time possession for the Sharks, 14:27 for the Eels. Both teams are the exact same amount of completed sets. 17 from 21, 17 from 21, lands them both at 80%. It's solid. That's the solid completion right there. All runs, 87 for the Sharks, 96 for the Eels. So considering that the Eels have had 96 runs to 88 now, so 8 different, but yet the possession and whatnot is similar, is really odd. But 834 metres for the Eels, 754 for the Sharks. So that's 80 odd. That's quite literally 80 difference through 8 runs. Okay, so that's around the basic marker. They're getting 10 metres per run. Now it's 96 to 89. They're... look, yeah, basically it's pretty similar. If you give the same amount of runs to the Sharks as the Eels, it's pretty much the same. Post-contact meters, the Sharks are actually winning this battle, considering they're 6 runs less. 272 to the Eels, 268 to the Sharks. So the Sharks are only down by 4 meters on the Eels post-contact, but yet they've had 6 less runs. Really good. Line breaks is 3 to the Eels, 2 to the Sharks. Tackle breaks is 17-14 to the Sharks. That's a lot of tackle breaks in both these teams. No one's playing defense today. Average set distance is 39.72 for the Eels, 37.8 for the Sharks. This game is on a knife's edge, man. There is so many similar stats in this game. Even the play the ball speed, 3.45 seconds for the Sharks, 3.41 seconds for the Eels. You go to passing, 5 offloads to 2 Eels way. Both teams 100% kick defusal. You've got defensively 88.21% for the Sharks, 90.14% there for the Eels. The only reason that it's a significant difference here, about by 2%, is the fact that the Sharks have had a lot more ineffective because the missed tackles are similar. So 187 tackles made for 14 missed tackles, the Sharks, and 11 ineffective, whilst the Eels have 192 tackles made with 17 missed tackles and 4 ineffective. So the missed tackles are much better in favour of the Sharks. But where their effective tackle percentage efficiency is coming down is through the ineffective tackles with having a much larger 7 there. And the negative play, I clicked the wrong thing. And then in regards to negative play here, you've got 5 errors to 4, Sharks with 5, Eels with 4. Penalties conceded is 4-4. Ruck infringements is 2-2. On report is 1 for the Sharks there. And then 4 interchanges used for the Sharks, 3 for the Eels. So very much a nice edge game here, lads. It's very much all over the shop. There's plenty of chance for the Eels to still win this game. It was 6-0 with 5 minutes to go, and then it was 6-6, and then it was 12-6 the Sharks with Britton Nicole on that line. I think Nico Hines has had a decent game, but watch, if they lose this game, people will still blame him because that's just what they do. But hit that thumbs up button, smack it in, subscribe. Aussie is a very multicultural country. Not everyone here in Australia or born in Australia. I don't even know why that's being referred to that, but you're right. I don't understand the relevance, though. W. Spears says, how you're playing hockey without a puck? We're talking what? We're talking about field hockey. Ice hockey is puck. Field hockey is not a puck. They're two very different. So W. Spears says, so there's no ice. Try making sense. Yes, field hockey has no ice. W. Spears, I thought you were actually asking it first. You do realise there's 2 different sports, right? So when I say hockey, I would normally, Australians and people in the Southern Hemisphere, when they say hockey, they're referring to field hockey. When you're in North America, when you say hockey, you're talking about ice hockey because Americans don't know, or Canadians don't know, about the concept of field hockey. Right, so that's why hockey is just ice hockey. You say ice hockey, it's like saying chai tea, which is tea in India. Chai is tea, or naan bread. Naan is quite literally bread, so that would be bread. So by saying hockey in America, it makes sense because it's the only hockey there. But a lot of other places around the world play field hockey, where it's not on ice, it's on grass, it's on like turf, and it's a ball, and you whack it with sticks and whatnot. David says field hockey has no ice, and Americans have no fucking idea. That's a good one. That is a good one. By the way, Nate J, Casey can be a bloke's name, and chances are it's a bloke. Yeah, Casey can definitely be a bloke's name. I would actually say that I know more Caseys who are dudes than girls. I don't think Casey's as much of a girl's name as you would think. Casey, I know more dudes, but then again, people say Blaze is a girl's name. It's like, you're an idiot. Casey says field hockey is low-key scary. Both of them are terrifying. I would say that ice hockey is more terrifying, to be fair. Like, the way with their blades and stuff like that, the hits. No, I've got ice hockey being way more terrifying to play than field hockey. But field hockey is still Buck says, let's be honest, ice hockey shits all over field hockey. I think we would all agree with that, except for the Olympics. The Olympics can be quite fun to watch a bit of hockey. The Olympics could be right, but we're not going to watch the Brisbane Hockey Roos versus the Sydney, Humdingers. We're not going to be watching that on a week-to-week basis. But look, it's great to watch the Olympics very occasionally. W says, especially if you play in Philadelphia. Philadelphia sports, mate. Their fans are intolerable. They are intolerable. Kay says, I'm a dude, and I done a search the other day. I think it was 60% of cases are male. Yeah, I was saying that. I was saying that. I love that you had to capitalize dude. I am a dude. I'm a dude. Not just I'm a dude, man. I am a dude. Reminds me of a great movie, Dude, Where's My Car? It just says up 12-6 against a team coming fresh off a bye whilst on a 5-day turnaround from an 88-minute game. Can't complain too much. Sure. Yes, okay. I can, yeah, if you're a Sharks fan, I can understand how you would come to that perspective. I can understand how you would come to that perspective. On the flip side of that, the Eels are in 16th place and one game against the Tigers where they played well doesn't justify them being able to be this close in a game with a team that was predicted to be champions preseason. So there is your perspective from the Sharks, and then from a neutral's perspective, you've got what I've just said, and then from an Eels perspective, you've just got them going. Skylar says, only Riley I know is Riley Reid. You are an idiot. Up the Sydney Humdingers, you muppers. Yeah, get around the Sydney Humdingers, mate. Gold Coast Big Schlongs is where it's at, though. Kenny says, a lot of lesbians play field hockey over here, my friends. Why does that even need to be a comment? Why? Okay. Sure. Okay. Oh, good on them. Good on them. You know, fair play to them. It's such a great movie. So, firstly, Casey, thank you very much for the $3 donation. Says, love the streams, mate. Keep it up. No, I appreciate you, man. We're doing our best, dude. Like, I've got a big thing I've got to go to tonight, which I'm actually really looking forward to putting this specific vlog on BKRtravel over there in the pinned comment. If you guys haven't subscribed to BKRtravel yet, please go and do it. It would be great content. You're going to really enjoy it. It was meant to be a video today, but the internet struggled and power outages and shit like that. But there's something I'm doing today, which is why I can't do the Roosters versus Dolphins game, which is going to be an unbelievable vlog, man. Unbelievable vlog. So, yeah, definitely go check that one out. But no, I appreciate you, Casey, for the dono. What I was going to say. So, Brenton, there's a funny story. When I was about 8 years old, I think whenever that movie came out, actually, what year did that movie come out? Dude, Where's My Car? Great movie. 2000, so I would have been 6. Okay, it's even worse. So I was 6 years old, and my grandma, at the time, she wanted to take me to the cinemas as a 6-year-old. And my grandma was obviously an older woman, an older lady, and she had no idea what she was looking at. She had absolutely no idea. So she booked a ticket for myself and her to go see Dude, Where's My Car? So this is a 6-year-old grandchild with his grandmother going to watch Dude, Where's My Car? So for people who don't know what Dude, Where's My Car is, it is the stoner movies of all stoner movies, where a 6-year-old will never understand it, but I still found it very, very funny with the Chinese lady scene. But yeah, as a 6-year-old kid going to watch Dude, Where's My Car? And seeing like the chicks with no tops on and stuff like that, it was eye-opening. I think my grandma nearly had a heart attack. She nearly had a heart attack when she realised that she took a 6-year-old kid to watch a movie that had full-blown tits out everywhere. And then, greatest cinematic movie of all time. Greatest cinematic moment of all time, that. Near my campus, there's a field hockey field, and wowee, some of them are good looking. Oh, dude, 100% in Australia, you go to university. You go to University of Melbourne. I went to University of Melbourne for a bit. You go to the University of Melbourne, or you go to probably Griffith on the Gold Coast. Field hockey women are attractive as hell. Damn, lacrosse as well, but mainly field hockey. Field hockey, there are some really attractive women for sure. David says, nothing better than seeing a bunch of studs running around a field using a big hooked wooden shut. I'm going to go get a bottle of water. That's what I'm going to do. After reading that, I'm gonna go get a bottle of water. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm gonna go get a bottle of water. You need help, David. You need help, mate. You need help. And we're back. And we're back. Namaste. Chelsea cooking. Chelsea cooking Jack. Chelsea cooking Jack. Water, think clean, River Mother. This is clean water, my friend. This is clean water. Most places you'll go to will have filtered water. Most places. Pretty much everywhere. You don't really need, unless you go into like a dodgy place. If you go to a dodgy place, then they're probably going to give you tap water. But if you ask for filtered water, they'll give you filtered water. But for the 99%, they know that Westerners, white people, foreigners, will get sick from their water. So they don't usually give it to you. Because they know they'll get in a lot of trouble. They'll get in a lot of trouble over here if they give. If people can prove that they're the ones who got them sick. I've got cash on Wolves to beat Man City, Timosa. They're on a win streak. Yeah, well, you know what? Cash this one, Nath. How about this one? How about you cash that one, Nath J? How about you cash that one? Cash that one for me, mother bitch. Cash me outside. How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? The most out-of-pocket movie I've seen in my life is Grimsby. Never seen that, but I've heard of that. Never seen that, but I've heard of that. David says, watching Arsenal come second for the umpteenth time is the greatest cinematic experience that continues to give. Sharks are still waiting to come out in the field, by the way, year on year. It's the Mariah Carey Christmas song of real-life entertainment. Look, Buck says Tottenham fan detected. I'm not a Tottenham fan, but it is very funny, you know, to watch Arsenal come second like 3 years in a row, and then finally City have an off year, and it's Arsenal's chance. It's Arsenal's time to go and fire up. And... And then you see Liverpool take over top of them and still win. Olivia says, okay, I need help identifying someone. Olivia says a content creator is a doggy supporter. Are you talking about Farid, Hectic Fred, or are you talking about my boy Emilio? Who are you talking about? I think that's it. Are you talking about Fred, Hectic Fred? Sorry, I call them by their names because it separates it from the content creator and to the person. But it probably would have been Hectic Fred. Was he a bigger guy? Or was he, like, Emilio's fit. Emilio is a fit bloke. Hectic Fred is a bit of a bigger guy. It's not like an insult. He understands. I'm a big guy. He's Lebanese. Olivia, this doesn't really narrow down Dogs fans. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. This doesn't really narrow them down. Emilio is Lebanese. Hectic Fred is Lebanese. You've got so many content creators who are Bulldogs fans who are Lebanese. Gonna need you to be a bit more specific. So the Sharks will kick this ball off, and it will be the Eels grabbing this ball here to start the second half. What are they? They're spreading it early. Why? Yeah, sure. They got to the 10, sure. United sucks to wait, Blaze. Would you rather City win the FA Cup or Spurs beat United in the final as a City fan? I don't even know. I'll take City win the FA Cup because it is a lose-lose. Like, dealing with Spurs fans will be very difficult. Dealing with United fans will be very difficult. But it's like Europa League. If you get into the round of 16 of the Champions League, that is progressing further than winning the Europa League. Technically speaking. Because you can't play in the Europa League because you're too good for the Europa League if you're getting to the round of 16. It's as simple as that. So it's like, sure, United, you can have that all you like. Who cares? Who cares? I'd rather take the FA Cup, add to our trophy cabinet. Fit tackle now. I also don't care enough about other teams, man. Never mind, it's not Emilio. It looks familiar, though, but I can't pick it. So is he like a fit bloke or is he a bigger bloke? I'm trying to think of other Dogs creators. Oh, maybe the Touchline podcast, boys? Keane says, let's get some try times, man. Yeah, it'd be nice to see a few tries. But there was 3 tries in the first half. It was just late on. It was just late on there. John Bernard will be there. Does a whole bunch of stuff and probably by far the most popular. Yeah, John Bernard will be there. And Nick, his brother, as well. Maybe it might be John Bernard. Lagging says, describing a Bulldogs fan as Lebanese is like describing an ice cream as cold. This is true. This is true. So, 4th tackle, they give it off to Nico Hines, then to Jesse Ramian, and he's going to be at the 50. Bailey says, who reckons Panthers going to beat the Broncos or nah? I'm tipping the Broncos, but I think that's the upset of the round. I think that is I thought that this was an upset potential for sure. But if I'm going to go for an upset and tip an upset, it probably would be the Panthers. Just because, but then again, I think that is also because we just have that previous ideology of the Panthers winning 4 straight premierships that we're just waiting for them to explode. So it's going to be a high tackle here. I don't agree with that, how that's a high tackle. I don't agree with that, especially considering his own hand was protecting it and it hit here. So if your hand's up here and it hits here... Oh, this is a touchline podcast, boys. You get around him. So second tackle now with the Eels at the 42. How much is it paying for Panthers to win? I put plus 12 on Panthers. I don't know. I can't see betting odds in India. I had to go on like a VPN and stuff like that, which I just can't bother doing. So now it's going to be 4 tackle here for the Eels at the 30. Someone says maybe Winston and Olivier is everywhere on Facebook and TikTok. That bloke's wank. 5th tackle now at the 25. Man City to win the FA Cup on the 17th of May. Overlay, mate. So Dylan Brown out the 20. He's going to put that ball up in the air. Oh, I think it's a knock on Eels. It's definitely a knock on Eels. Definitely knock on Eels. Could be all it takes with AJ. If AJ turned into a Dogs fan, I think that's me done with rugby league. If he's already bandwagoning Auckland FC, you know, he supports all these big time teams. The only team that's not big time is Titans. If he ended up going to the Dogs, I think that'd do me. I think I'd be like, nope, NRL is on for me. I just can't do it. Is Dad's mate in Brisbane this weekend? Don't think so. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. So second tackle, now third, and Britain Nakora gets the ball to the 35. TH is different. Since going through different countries, you need different SIM cards. No. So I use AirArlo, which is like a eSIM. It actually works pretty well. The eSIM works pretty well. So you don't need... basically, that means that you don't have to wait till you get to the country to get a SIM, which in India is a very bad process. It's a very shit process. Good offloads here from the Sharks. They spread out to the left. Oregon Kafusi cuts back. Oregon Kafusi's still going. Now he's at the 35 fit tackle. So, no, I use AirArlo, which is nice. Means I can easily switch to Thailand next week when I go. Sharks knock a ball back. And Eels ball at 10. eSIMs are great. Yeah, is that what you use when you go to America and Canada? TH said, I've read that. Pat says Cowboys or Warriors. I'll take the Warriors. I'm not convinced in that game. No, you know what? I will take the Cows. But I think it'll be a good game. I don't know if it's going to be the utmost quality, but I think it might be a decent enough game. David said Spurs win a trophy this weekend. Dad's mate will finally meet his match with the biggest shit chirpers to exist in this timeline. Listening to Tottenham fans will be brutal. It will be brutal. But you know what? If you're an Arsenal fan, it'll be brutal because Arsenal have never won anything European, whilst Tottenham could claim it a Europa League. So, just throwing it out there, Arsenal fans, you are gone if Tottenham win this Europa League. Second tackle for the Sharks in the 25. Eels yellow jersey, the best jersey 2025. Are you off your rocker? Third tackle here at the 30. Good run by Blake Brayley. He's been good today, Blake Brayley. I've needed to see it. He's been good today. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Even Nottingham can sing that. Fifth tackle. Derby can't sing that, can they? Who's the other one? Villa can. Villa can and Nottingham can. Obviously City, Chelsea, United. Who else can? So first tackle now for the Eels at the 20. Yeah, starting to use it whenever I go overseas now. You can get good short-term plans. Depending on the country, India's a bit on the expensive side in regards to getting data. But like Thailand's super cheap in regards to the eSIMs. But this fitness retreat that I'm starting next week for the 2 months, I've been speaking to them. It's called Palapon in Hua Hin in the neck of Thailand. Looks so good, man, and they're excited to have us come and stream. Like I made sure I messaged them and emailed them and said, like, look, I do YouTube, I create content and whatnot. Like, can I live stream there? And is the internet good? And am I able to scream and shout and shake all about? And they said, yeah, man, get around it. Fed tackle now at the 20. Now Mitchell Moses, he'll go himself, short play, and they will be fit tackle taken down at the 5. Sharks pull. He cleans out the... Oh, no. Okay, I just realised who you guys were talking about. I was a bit confused by Nate J's comment, but now I understand it. Now I understand it. And it took me Jay's comment. Seeing manager material from Jay told me everything I needed to know. So, first tackle, now second at the 15. No, he gets the offload away, so it's not second. It'll be Samuel Stone Street gets it to the 18. I would say so far, my player of the game has been Blake Brayley. I've been so desperate to see him come into the player that we knew he could be for ages. Penalty the Sharks. Penalty the Sharks. Olivia says, after going to Magic Round for 6 years, I've learned my lesson. Bring a seat cushion and a drink holder. Olivia, we're 6 years in now. Are we 6 years in? It was after COVID, wasn't it? Because before COVID, it was the Broncos, Manly, Titans, Storm, or Broncos, Manly, somebody else, 2 teams. That was what it was, the double header, and then it turned into Magic Round post-COVID, did it not? 2019 was the first year. It's 2019. 2021 would have had it. Well, okay, so this is the 6th time. Yeah, sure. I get you now. All right, second tackle here for Cronulla, and they're going to be 35 metres away from the Eels line. This will be kind of the first attacking opportunity here of the second half. Blake Brayley, good run again, and good pass. Hamlin, that's not Hamlin Ueli. Second tackle for Cronulla, Nico Hines at the 25. Gives it back to Jesse Ramian. Jesse Ramian tries to get through Riley Smith. Can't do it. And taken down. Moses, one good game. A season card has expired. Yeah, I haven't seen Moses do much here today, which is why I said to you guys last week that one game against the Tigers doesn't mean that it's all over and the Eels are back. I do think this is more of a reflection of where Cronulla's at than the Eels. Like, they're able to win games. Damn, he's going to have to come off here, Tuivati. He's going to have to come off. That is a bad head bump into the old bicep Aruno. God bless him. Good old camping chair. Imagine if he got like a 3-day seat and you were the far back row on one of the north or the eastern stand. I find that it's actually kind of weird viewing for me. Whenever I go to Suncorp, I think I've sat on the second level, like the top level, maybe like 4 or 5 times since I was 2 weeks old and I was living in Brisbane. And I think that it's weird. I just don't like it. Has anyone here been to Suncorp and actually enjoyed their experience at the top level? It's not that you can't see the game. Like, the view is great. I just feel like you lose so much of the atmosphere up there comparatively to the first level. Fit tackle here for Cronulla. They're 5 metres away from the line. 5 metres away. Blake Brayley, Nico Hines. Will Kennedy kicks it through. Try time, Samuel Stone Street. That is a pure try time. Shalab. Smack. Try time for Cronulla. 30 minutes to go. Bang, thumbs up. Bang, subscribe. Bang, Sharky's try. Livy says the top section sucks. I agree. It's just not my kind of deal. I've sat on each side. I have sat on the northern section. I have sat in the southern section. I have sat... Actually, I don't know if I've sat on the opposite side of corporate. Like, I've sat on the corporate side top section. I haven't sat on the... That would be eastern side, wouldn't it? I should be actually looking to see if he gets this ball down. Will Kennedy. That's a nice kick. Kennedy is going to get a good few points in this for the Alliums again. He might still be top of the table by the end of this round. Stone Street gets the ball. Oh, it's close. Was the try? United Sucks. I've been to Suncorp once, C-Bus once, and I'm not lying when I say this. I prefer C-Bus for the looks and view of the field. I agree. I think the atmosphere is always going to be better at Suncorp, but I do agree in regards to the aesthetic view of C-Bus. Samuel James says, what's up, bro? Hope you're good. Yeah, going all right, man. It's been a hectic day for me, though. It's been a hectic day for me because here in India, the power... There's no way this is bunker. I don't think this is a knock-on. Oh, no, he's saying it's fine. Why is the ref doing that then? If Nico's got a good excuse here to blame the ref for him if he misses this, because he's just distracted the shit out of him. Man, hectic day for me with the old internet power outages and stuff like that here in India, but we move, son, we move. Yeah, try was confirmed. Yeah, I thought it was a try. I didn't understand why the referee was getting involved. But he's alright. And he will miss the kick, so it stays a 10-point game, 16-6. Skunkle says, I was top section last week with my dogs, mate, and it was such a dead crowd. I swear only chants started by the PA. Broncos crowds don't really chant, man. The only time they chanted was when they were going back at me. Dead set. Like, Broncos will... There's no real, like, chance. Like, the only chant you'll get for Suncorp is really Queensland up during Queensland games. Outside of that, Broncos fans don't really chant, per se. They don't really chant overall. Lee says the Throne and the Suncorp one. Roosters or Finns. So, Samuel, I can't actually stream that game. I'll be here for live for 3 games tomorrow and 3 games on Sunday, but I can't actually stream that game. I am going to take the Dolphins, but it's going to be an interesting game. I will take the Dolphins in that one. GG, it's over. I've given up on the season. I can understand that as an Eels fan. I can understand where you're coming from. I do think that if the Panthers lose this week, their season's pretty much wrapped up. I do. And I think, even though it's mathematically well and truly into the oblivion possible, I just feel like I don't know if they're going to come back from this mentally, being as bad as they are. I don't have the Eels to make the 8. I didn't have the Eels to make the 8 after the win against the Tigers last week. They had done that to the Storm, sure, but then again, the Storm have lost to the Dragons. And the Eels will get this ball away to Bailey Simonson, back at the 5, and he'll get taken back to the 3. Alternate the Roosters win. Well, Samuel, I think it's 50-50, man. I'll go. I'm expecting the Dolphins to bounce back. I still think the Roosters are a bottom 4 team. Whilst the Dolphins, I originally had bottom 4, I don't think they are now. I think they're a bit better than what their 0-4 start was. Not that last week was great. This is We Just Dance. Oh, man, it's so much fun. It's so much fun when the Titans score there and we do this, man. It riles up so many cats. It riles up so many cats. Buck says, there is no way the Eels make the 8, not with that defense. No chance. David says, watch your Hong Kong vlog, Blaze. Great video. Appreciate it, man. There'll be another Hong Kong video tomorrow with the food. Mitchell Moses. Moses away here, the 30, 25, the 20, the 15. He gives it off and throws it over to the sideline. That's not playing in this game, Moses. You cannot play with a touchy. He is not in your team. But it is a penalty to the Parramatta Eels. You cannot throw the ball over the sideline and expect to score a try. No, the touchy is not a part of your 17 players, and it's definitely not a part of the 13 players on the field here, Mitchell Moses. There's a nice run there from Mitchell until he tried to pass it to the child in Section C, row 3. Is there going to be a bin here? Yep, Dylan. Yep, there's going to be a bin for number 20 of the Sharks. Professional foul for sure. So Jesse Colhoun is going to be going to the bin for 10 minutes here, so the Eels are going to get a great opportunity. Has anyone ever wondered what would happen if the spider cam fell on the field during a game? I've wondered if it was like a real critical moment of the game and the ball hits the spider cam in the air. Take the 2. Great decision, Mitchell. Look, you're choosing to take the 2. This is very West Tigery of you. Very West Tiger of you, Mitchell. Haley says, every game we win gives me a glimmer of hope, and that gets evidently shot down with a terrible performance next week. Well, as a Parramatta fan, you should be used to it by now, just like the Titans. It doesn't mean that I won't get angry and rip in, like on Sunday on my birthday. I'll still get angry and rip in, but that, regardless, point is you're going to be there next week, but you've got to be used to it by now. Comeback season is on, Parra, don't worry. Well, we can give them another 80 minutes, and I still think they'll find it difficult. Second tackle here. 10 metres away, Moses. Short play, Jack Williams. He'll be 5 metres out. Third tackle now for the Eels. Remember, a Sharks player in the bin. If they do not score here in this position, with a man advantage the Eels, they're cooked. And they give it to Adder Carr! Back on the inside! That's a knock-on. That is a knock-on. So that's going to be Sharks ball at the 10. No way! Oh, it is a scrum. I was going to say, I thought they were going to say it was a knock back from the Eels into the Sharks, and then they got taken back in the in goal. So Sharks will get the ball at the 10. TH says, I heard of Moses splitting the Red Sea, but you Eels got the wrong Moses. They did get the wrong Moses. But unfortunately, the Moses you're referring to, they're long gone, man. They're long gone. How old you turn on Sunday? I am turning a grand old ripe age of 21. Grand old ripe age of 21, mate. Just finished my teenage years and now I'm ready to fire up. Ready to fire up here. 21 years of age. Gee whiz. World can't handle me, mate. The world could never handle me. I'm scared for the world. Jared says, hey Blaze, how are you finding this game so far? I think it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Brenton says 21 plus 10. Yes, I am turning 19. You are correct. No, that is correct. Can't wait for Star Wars Day. Yeah, well, Skunkle, guess what? Guess what, Skunkle? I can't wait for this. 40-20 attempt here from Trindle. Can't wait for that. 40-20! 40-20! Great kick from Braden Trindle. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So the Sharks will get a 40-20, and if they score here with a man in the bin, the Eels had the ball in the attacking area 10 minutes out, and then lost the ball, and the Sharks got it. It's game over. You cooked. Pack it up. Blaze hits moves at the strip club like he's back at schoolies. Okay, I'm not going to start talking about schoolies. So, even if you're 21, you shouldn't be talking about schoolies. Let's be honest. Even if I actually was 21, you shouldn't really be talking about 16 and 17-year-olds, to be fair. First tackle now at the 7. Blake Brayley gives it off to Nico Hines. But no, I'm turning 31, for people who aren't aware. Second tackle here at the 5. We've actually got a big party we're organising here in Udaipur, which is going to be good. I leave here on Monday. Trendle off to Will Candy. Candy steps. Candy goes. Candy taking down to the 5. Should be talking about toolies. Toolies are quite literally just people who are going to schoolies. Like, 21 is toolies. If you are 21 going to schoolies, please get a job. Please get a job, you weirdo. If someone is 21 and still going to schoolies, you need to seek genuine help. Toolies is for like 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds. 21, what are you doing with your life? So the Sharks give off to Nico Hines at the 10. I genuinely think we need to get them on a register if they're going at 21. So second tackle at the 8. We give it off to Nico Hines. Short ball. McInnes. Try time. That was pathetic defense there for the Eels. McInnes will score right up to the post. The Sharks have a man in the bin and they're going to score onto the post. That is, my friends, game over. Game over. Game over, man. Blaze just finished high school because he reapted year 3 times because he couldn't spell cat. That is the most ironic comment I've ever seen. There's a very ironic comment that you're trying to insult my English skills. Maybe you want to redo that comment and change the word reapted. Reapted. Not sure I've heard the word reapted before. I've heard about reacted, and I've also heard about a different word that you might want to use. Maybe that was the joke. See, you know, so the issue here is that wasn't the joke. Do you know why? Because this is a very you comment to make. You do make spelling mistakes in quite a lot of the comments. So that isn't the joke, because you do this all the time. And you're not joking. You're not joking. I thought so too, Sunday, but I don't think it was that heavy. Which is why I think they're not looking at it. But realistically, that shouldn't matter. But Buck says, who wants an Eels membership? I do not. Ever. Not in any lifetime. If I was a Hindu, I believe in multiple lifetimes, and I will tell you right now that I, in the next lifetime, do not want an Eels membership either. Going to schoolies at 60 is the way to go. I wonder, like, we'll never know the true fact. I wonder what the oldest person is to go to schoolies. Surely it's got to be like a 21-year-old. Surely 21. If you're going at 22, I need you to go and eat a dick, mate. Like, honestly, you have got to be the most loser person I've ever seen. If you are choosing to go to schoolies at any age above 20. Any age above 20. 19 is like you're a toolie. If you're going at 20 and above, gee whiz, get a job. Taylor says, what's the best live event you've ever been to? Probably state of origin. If you want, a happy moment. I'll give you a sad moment. Best live event would have been that 2019 New South Wales Queensland James Tedesco try. A happy moment, Titans Warriors 2010, when we won our one and only finals game ever. Or Cubs Cardinals was very good in Chicago. I'd rather stick my eyes with a fork than having to go to every Eels game. Is there a fork here, to be fair? I've got a spoon. Can you poke your eyes with a spoon? So 22-6 here to Cronulla with 21 minutes to go the game. I don't know what's happened in the comment there. If you graduate high school at 21, is it schoolies or toolies? If you graduate high school at 21, I think there's enough problems there to suggest that, sure, you can go to schoolies, mate. But there's still an issue in regards to a few things going on. Droolies are younger ones. Incorrect. It's foolies. Best live moment is when Sivo ran over Tedesco. To be fair, it was great to be at that Eels vs Broncos game in 2019. The 59-0, I think it was. Penalty of Parramatta at 35. Haley says, people ask me what NRL team I go for as a Para fan. It has to be the question that you never want people to ask. No, all you have to do is say unfortunately. So if you want people to know, the way you respond to people is like, for example, I'm a Titans fan. Someone goes, who do you support? A lot of the time I'll say, unfortunately, I am a Gold Coast Titans fan. That is basically suggesting that you are aware they're not good. You are aware that they're not great, so you don't need to deal with the shit talk. But also, this is the team I support, and I'm not lying, and be proud of that. So I'm proud of the Gold Coast, not proud of the... Oh, out of car! Try some of the Eels! Out of nowhere! 22-10 with the kit to come. Josh Adokar goes Brapushka. 22-10 with the kit to come. 20 minutes to go here the game, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. And if you don't subscribe to BKRtravel in the pinned comment, then you are a loser with those guys go to schoolies at 21 years old. You are. Comeback's not on. Comeback's not on, Ailey. We all clearly know now that you are a Para fan. Please stop, for the love of God. Oh, no. Andrew is bad enough, to be fair. Is Nico on 10 points at the moment? 10 points? What do you mean? Nico has kicked 3 conversions. What do you mean, 10 points? Bucks' free Eel membership deal has expired. Listen, I don't think anyone's here is giving you who wants an Eel membership. If there is someone here who wants an Eels membership, I'm sorry. This is what I say. I'm sorry. Someone says the Cubs are sick. Yeah, Cubs Cardinals, man. I was there for Chris Bryant back in the day. He hit a grand slam against the St. Louis Cardinals, and we swept them. The Cubbies swept the Cardinals in Wrigley Field. And that was nuts, man. There's a vlog on this channel, actually, from that game. There is a vlog. We went nuts, man. I need him for 10 points from a multi, but he's only on 6 at the moment. Yeah, you need 2 more tries. Don't forget, guys, I will not be able to stream Dolphins vs Roosters. I do have to head off after this. However, I will be live for all 3 games tomorrow and all 3 games on this Sunday. So we've got a big couple of games on Sunday. Tomorrow might be a little bit of a drag. We'll see. Is there any good games on next week, actually? I have absolutely no idea what games. I don't even know the Titans play next week, to be fair. Round 10. Titans play the Knights and Yui. Mr. Brent Neslick. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. The unfortunate thing here is whoever plays at home usually wins by a massive margin between us. The Titans whooped you at Seabass, but every time we play you at Newcastle, you whoop us. But whenever we play you at Seabass, we always whoop you. So Eels now, 3rd tackle at 35. Anyone else hate the Knicks, or is it just me? Don't even know where the Knicks came from here. So Eels on 4th tackle now at the 45. If the Eels could have just scored that try without giving the one up, they would have been down by just 6 points. 4 points. Hopgood nearly gets away and gets the off the way to Moses. Moses gets it in the inside. They might score. They will score. The Eels are actually back in the game. Oh no, Sharks. Oh no. 22-16 with the kid to come. Oh no, no, no. 22-16 here with the kid to come. And the Eels are surely going to convert this too. You actually, by the way, if you hadn't have conceded that try to the Sharks, you actually would have taken the lead with this try. You actually would have taken the lead with this try. I hope we win this weekend with all the Bunnies players out. Buck says he's getting one of those Indian foot massages I keep seeing all over social media. So it's a try here. Dylan Brown scored on the post. I'll tell you a quick story. I was walking out here the other day, and it was very, very hot, and I was walking past, and there was like one of the many massage parlors. And this place isn't known for the extra shit. Anyway, I'm walking past, and this like probably about 60, 65-year-old lady comes out and says to me, massage? I said, no, I'm all good, and kept walking. And then I heard in the background, extra. And if they're saying extra, you know what they're referring to. So, yeah, just walking down the street here in India and getting asked for extra services. Lovely. Oh, no. It's a great meme, Skunkle. What the fuck, you Sharkies? That's a good point. David says, if Sharks lose this game, they need a big fat fraud alert for the next week onwards. I will put a transparent clown above their heads if they lose this game from here. If they lose this game from here, dearie me. Damn good game. I wish I could watch this one. We'll have to catch the highlights. You're going to have to watch it on the highlights. Ryan says extra service just means you get a free can of Coke, no sugar. Look, I don't believe you, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I don't believe that is what you get. And I'm not willing to go and check that out. I'm pretty happy to pay the 60 rupee for a can of Diet Coke, no sugar. Pretty happy to pay the 60 rupee. Pretty happy. All right, so 16 minutes left here. 4-point game. The Sharks get off the Eels. Sharks led 22-6 just a few moments ago, and now the Eels have just gone bang bang with a couple of tries. Gary says, good morning, evening all. Just logged in from very warm, sunny London. What a game. You are a liar, Gary. Again, we've spoken about this before. I can't remember who was talking about sunny London. London's not sunny, mate. London's never seen sun in its life. And to give you a fact that you've never seen before, the sky actually is blue. It's not grey. So it's all good. Just take our advice from it. Stop lying. Don't say that it's sunny, man. We all know it's never sunny in London. We all know it's never sunny in England. The Sharks do get their full team back now. Jesse Colquhoun is back on the team. 13 on 13. 15 minutes to go here. It's beautiful here, mate. No, Gary. No. It's always raining. No. Come on, Gary. You got to start getting a grip. You got to stop lying to yourself and the public. But that's going to be a penalty to the Sharks. That is a penalty to the Sharks. Look at TJC, man. What about TJC? No, Gary. No. Exactly right. Busted a lung on that one, Ryan. Ryan needs a little bit of help. That bloke does. Just when I had Sharks 13 plus to win, doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, I doubt it. I think that maybe they might win 28-18. I think they might score again. I don't know if the Eels do. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Max Trax, his bullet brother, watching from Fiji, cheering for the Eels. Man, I miss home. I miss back home in Fiji, in Nanda, Fiji. Wish I was back there, but I'm enjoying India at the moment. Second tackle now. They go out to the left, McInnes, then to... Oh, big hit from the Sharkies. Billy Burns gets whacked. They give it to Adam Fanor-Blake. Then off to Nico Hines. Nico Hines to Britt Nakora. And Jesse Ramey, 4 tackle here at the 30. He was on the big... Oh, THC was on the big screen. Get around him. Tommy Hazleton. He is 24 metres out. Fit tackle. 22-18. Trindle. He whacks his ball across into the corner. Mulatalo going up. Knocked back. Still Sharks ball. It's 6 again, I reckon. No hand from Parramatta. So they're going to say it's Eels ball to 7. Wow. All right. Paul says, Gary, 28 degrees yesterday. Happy days. No, Paul. You've got to really stop lying here. You English lads, you're about as good liars as you are at the Ashes in cricket. You're about as good liars as you are at the Ashes in cricket. I guarantee if I go online, I'll see it's all... That's definitely a touch on the Eels. This is a 1,000,000,000% a knock-on even the Eels. It's going to be a 6 again for the Sharks at the 10. Deary me. Only fools and horses. A buck says, with a name like Casey, he has to be in his 30s. Excuse me? What? Why is Casey now a guy in his 30s? Paul's Summer Kiwi. Oh, you are, Paul. Well, you know what? You spoke to Gary. And yeah, you get thrown under the bus with that one. 13 minutes left here. I don't trust anyone who microwaves their beers. Microwaves their beers? Who's doing that? Isn't that what the Germans do? So guys, my is my. Well, the Sharks right now, they're looking like they're about to score again. They're 11 metres out even the line, second tackle. To be fair, it's actually really good to see a bit of the toss off with the action at the Eels. They've got a couple of Fijians in the team at the moment. A couple of big toss off with the men. Third tackle now for the Sharks, and they're 5 metres away from the line. Name popularity goes in cycles. I have no idea. So Nico Hines out to Billy Burns, 10 metres away. But we all know about the Germans. Do they? So they do drink... Oh, I know they drink warm beer. They don't microwave the beer, though, do they? I just thought that it was, like, not cool. Nico Hines, he's 5 metres away from the line, fit tackle. I met a really lovely German guy here, actually, last week. Out the back to Braden Trindle. Trindle puts that ball over to the corner. Mulatalo again. He goes, two over the Shaggies! Mulatalo. What? They're not going to call it? I'm pretty certain it's a try. I thought he got that. But then again, we're not going to be able to guarantee. We can't. The angle that we receive is going to be hard. It's a warm beer pommy thing, mate. Typical Poms. Come on, man. So Mulatalo with a great jump in the air. This is a tough one because he has to reach over. Oh, he's just lost it just before. Oh, he got it over the try line, but he lost it like a centimetre from putting it down. Oh, dude. That is so close, man. That is so close. It's going to be a no try here. Okay, yeah, David. Not those kind of comments, man. Not those kind of comments, brother. And that will be a knock on. Oh. Oh, no. They're going to say if he changes from competing the ball to making a tackle, that's a contest. But then he comes down here. They're not going to say penalty try. They're not going to do this. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to fucking walk out. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to walk away from the screen if they call this a penalty try. I'm going to walk out. If they call this a penalty try, I'm walking away from the screen. I'm walking away. I'm going. It's a penalty. It's not a penalty try. I want to tell you this, the bunker, to your face. I want you to go and feel free to eat a dick. That was an absolutely dog shit call. Also, if you're going to call that a penalty, it is a penalty try. I actually would have walked out. I would have walked out if they called that a penalty try. They've called it a penalty against Simonson. I disagree with the call. But also, secondly, if you are going to call that a penalty, then how is that not a penalty try by your ridiculously stupid definition of what is a penalty in that situation? I just don't understand. If you are going to call that a penalty, which is stupid in the first place, it's a stupid penalty. But if you are going to call it a penalty, then how is it not a penalty try? I just don't know, lads. I just don't know how to deal with it. How is it... Based off of your stupid decision, you then also proceeded to get it wrong because you didn't call what should have been called based off of your stupid decision. But to go and re-emphasize, the decision was stupid in the first place. As a Sharks fan, it's not a pen. That's because you have a brain, Matt Leeds. The bunker, unfortunately, there is a prerequisite that you do not have a working IQ. So 4 tackle now, and Adam Fanor-Blake will get to this 5. It's just so tiring. It's so tiring having to deal with this shit every single game with officiating. Nico Hines gives it off. That's going to be touched there by the Sharks. It'll be Eels ball at 13. Funny game, rugby league, isn't it? No, it's not funny. No, it's not funny. Brent says he was attempting a tackle in the missing... Okay, no, you're going to go and do that in English, Brenton. Brenton, you're going to go and do that in English again. I'm not reading the rest of it. Robbo says, sack the bunker. Honestly. 4 tackle here at the 35. Watched the footy show on YouTube yesterday, raging about dodgy high tackles. Fair play to the CEO too. Come on and talk about that. Wouldn't happen in Football Union. Yeah, because it's extremely... Fans are really pissed off right now. There hasn't been any controversy in this game besides the last just dribble that we just watched. It's not been like the controversial bin, high tackle this, high tackle that, like we have seen in recent weeks. 10 minutes to go to the game, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be live for all 3 games tomorrow and all 3 games on Sunday. Just not here for the Dolphins-Roosters game because I'm hot as shit and need to go out and swim. Get out. NRL rules going south and also poor bunker calls, Max Track says. Yeah, it's difficult because the NRL calls this and rules this, and then the officials have to change their rules and change the perspective, and it's not black and white, and sometimes it's common sense, and sometimes it's common sense, and sometimes it's black and white, and sometimes common white and sense black. It just doesn't make sense. So 5th tackle now at the 38. Lucas says, I genuinely want to know how the bunker gets hired. I feel like everyone could do a better job, and bunker has more angles than us. You're not wrong. Up in the air. Well, you can't tell me that he hasn't been. That's not a escort. It's a knock on here from Miongi anyway, but you can't tell me that wasn't an escort as well. Max Watson says if they call it a penalty in that try scoring situation, isn't it a sin bin or nah? Oh, Max Watson, now you've made me start thinking that yes, that would be that is a foul. Now it's making it even more stupid. If you are calling that penalty. If that is a penalty, which I find disgustingly ridiculous that they've called it a penalty. If they are doing that, which they've done, the fact that there was no penalty try, which is a guarantee in that regard, in that scenario, and the fact that if it wasn't a penalty try, then why there was no bin? Look, the game's gone, lads. It's cooked. The whole sport's cooked right now. I can't explain it to you because I don't think they can explain it to you. Roberts is going to have another Joey silent protest for Magic Round. Sharks at the 5. Blake Brayley to Trindle. Just a reminder, if they score off this set, this is still a part of the attacking fluidity of that call. Game's cooked. 4th tackle now 2 metres away. Jesse says, Brenton, he was attempting a tackle in the midst of scoring a try. It's unbelievable. All right, so 4th tackle now for the Sharks. 5 away. Blake Brayley off to Talakai. And see as if a Talakai will be 9 metres away. It's only a 4-point game, reminder. If the Sharks don't score here, the Eels are well and truly on. Blake Brayley to McInnes to Nico Hines. A good pass. This is a try. That's a brilliant try. I knew that from the start. I called it early doors. Nico Hines, it was a beautiful pass. He's had a good game. If you want to give the man of the match to Blake Brayley, you want to give the man of the match to Nico Hines, you want to give the man of the match to that idiot in the bunker, I don't really mind. But Nico has had a brilliant game. Blake Brayley's had a brilliant game. Trindle's given it a good red-hot crack. Will Kennedy's been very, very solid. They still haven't been convincing, though. This is the biggest question mark on the Sharks every single week. They just aren't convincing enough. They just simply aren't convincing. Need Parra to win for the Tigers. Need Parra to win for Tigers. Why? Oh, because the Tigers got above them. Well, I'd be focusing on beating the Dragons before you start focusing on other teams. But sure. I watch out for those drop bears, though. They're very dangerous, Gary. You've got to be very careful to the old drop bears, mate. Be very careful. Very, very careful. Drop bears are real scary shit. And like the hoop snakes and stuff as well. Jay says, bunker qualifications are a 2-week TAFE course on slow motion visuals. 2-week TAFE course. Oh, the old TAFE course. Getting shots. Just an FYI, that try they just scored is off the back of the fluidity from that call that the bunker made. Let's just bin and crackies. Let's just bin the refs and have good old rugby league. That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. plovers. I will never forgive plovers. I will never forgive the bird plover. And they're going to miss the kick again. So Sharks, very much like the New Zealand Warriors today, can't make a conversion to save their lives. What's wrong with the time board, Marianne says? Oh, it's frozen. Thank you for letting me know. And Jay didn't do his job. Jay and Skunkle, unbelievable. And you know what? It's all your faults, except for Marianne. Thank you very much. So there you go. That's updated for you live now. Marianne, the only one here clocked on. The only one here clocked on. You're welcome. No, you're not welcome. Marianne's welcome. You're not welcome. Casey says, don't miss getting swooped walking home from school. I got chased from Robina train station all the way to Robina High School once by plovers. All right, 7 minutes to go to the game. The Eels will have to score within the next 4 or so minutes if they think they have a chance again. Jesse says, is that 2-week TAFE course held online or in class? No, in class, because you've got to go, if you're going to do that kind of TAFE course, you're going to have to try and bum some dowries from some rando. That's kind of the drill over here. TH says, Haley, what team do you support again? Haley's a big Gold Coast Titans fan. Yeah, no, Haley's a massive Gold Coast Titans fan. You've never seen a bigger Gold Coast Titans fan than Haley before. Isn't that right, Haley? You still here, Haley? Still getting around the Gold Coast? Fire it up. Will Candy is down injured right now. God bless him. Gavin says, cool stream, bro. Appreciate you, man. We're usually here for pretty much every single game. We're just not here for the next game, but we'll be here for all 3 games tomorrow and all 3 games on this Sunday. The time is not ticking. You know what, Marianne? You're not ticking. You know what? I was backing you. I was backing you, Marianne. The time is ticking, and you're ticking me off. Stop ticking. How about that? Kay says, Magpies can remember you for 6 or something years too. Is that true? Wow. 6 years? 6 years is insane. Sharks fit tackle at the halfway point. Braden Trindle down into the corner where it's going to be Zaya Yongi at the 15. And then now, no, just take it at the 15. We have Magpies here too. Yeah, but are they as vicious Magpies as our Magpies? Are they as vicious? That's the question. Magpies are vicious, but plovers I'll always have. I've always been traumatized by plovers. I mean it when I say this. If I see a plover in a field, I have always been traumatized since I got chased. Anyone who knows the Gold Coast and Robina, I got chased from Robina train station. This was before the hospital and all that stuff was built. But through that like grass paddock that was right next to the train station, I got chased genuinely from the train station to the tunnel, and then under the tunnel I waited for 10 minutes. That little piece of shit bird was waiting on that side. I then walk out the other side thinking it's not going to be smart enough to do that. It then flies over the top because it's seen that I've come out now. It's like menacing at the end of the tunnel there. Menacing. Sharks now at the 25 on first tackle. And then waited for me to walk through, goes up, over, and then chases me all the way into the school. Ridiculous. I'll never forgive that plover. I'll never forgive plovers. Unbelievable. Plovers, they make me sick. I actually love animals, but plovers, can't deal with them. Third tackle now at the 40. Love a good bin chicken. Bin chickens aren't dangerous, though. Neither are plovers, but they're dangerous to the mental health. That's dangerous. Third tackle, Jesse Ramian, now fourth at the 45 on the Eel side of the field. Gary, so my youngest lives in Manly, so I'm sure we'll be okay. Gary, you've told us about your youngest living in Manly about 7,643,000 times. Latte Haven. No, that's Bondi. Come on, Jay. Maybe Manly is the Latte Haven and Bondi is the Almond Latte Haven. Australia's the place to go to test your true love of animals. It is, yeah, especially if you live in Northern Territory or Northern Queensland. If you are a very significant advocate for animals, second tackle if the Eels at 20. If you are a massive advocate for animals and you want to pet them and love them and you think that they're all kind and, you know, they just want a little bit of loving and caring, well, look, I advise you to go for maybe a swim in Cairns. Or I advise you to go... No, you know what, guys? I really want to emphasize this is all sarcasm and a joke. Do not go swimming in the beach just for fun up in Cairns Way. And please do not go to some random... Dude, Matalo's talking a lot of shit right now. Dear me, haven't heard you talking shit for a while. Didn't you lose the Tigers last week, Matalo? And please don't go for a swim in a waterhole in the middle of Northern Territory or the top north part of Northern Territory. Hugger says the Eels have shown great improvement. Sure. Yeah, I don't disagree. They have shown improvement. I don't know about great improvement, but they've shown a lot of improvement from what they were. But we've also got to remember the Tigers are the Tigers. They're improving themselves. They're developing themselves. But also, secondly, the Sharks have been extremely underwhelming this season and have been underwhelming in this game. This has been a very similar game for the Sharks. I think this game shows more about where the Sharks are at than the Eels. The Sharks are going to get wins this year. They're going to be able to pump through games, but they're also not going to do it great. And it's not going to be fantastic, and there will be a game they will lose here and there. But overall, the Sharks are going to be this consistent team that doesn't prove enough, but is still there. That's who I think the Sharks are after about 8 rounds. Community says, which NFL team you support? So I get around the Detroit Lions, and that was because back in 2009, they were blue, they sucked, and I always wanted to get behind a team that was really, really bad. So I went through the whole Matty Stafford era with them. But I really wish I kind of went to Chicago before, because I would have been a Bears fan. I would have been, but I can't ever change my team. Because obviously I went to Chicago and lived there, so that's why I love the Cubbies, the Bulls and stuff like that, Blackhawks. And I would have been a Bears fan. I would have been that one team, one city, one team, one city team, one team city. What you get what I'm trying to say. But I am a Detroit Lions fan, so it's really good because we are going well now, but we've been bad for a very long time. Paul Max says, we're in London. Oh, okay, you're talking to somebody else. The Manly bum pokers. What's happening in the comment section? Josh had a car to 40, 35, 30. Intercept by the Sharks. And Jesse Ramian now might be able to get away at the 30, the 35. Will Candy at the 40. It's gone the opposite way. And they'll be taken down to 45. James says, Sharks have been robbed and still are winning. Okay. I don't even know what you're on about. I don't even know what call you might be questioning. Because I can tell you, if you are not a Sharks fan, even Sharks fans can admit that that shouldn't have been a penalty to the Sharks in the air. So anyway, we're gonna move on from that because I don't know. I actually don't even know how you could be claiming that the Sharks have been robbed in this game. I can't even fathom what you're talking about. And I've watched the whole game here. 56 seconds left of the game here. Sharks are going to win this game. They're up by 8. Unless if they score here, then it might change it around a little bit. Fit tackle at the 15. Are they going to go for a field goal? No, Nico Hines cuts in, offloads it, and the Eels will get the ball, and then knock on from the Eels. That's a penalty, take the 2. That's a penalty, take the 2. That's a penalty, take the 2, Sharks. They're going to win this game 20-6. No, not 20-6, sorry. 28 to 18. They're going to win by 10 points. They'll take the 2 for sure. So this will mean they'll go to 10 points. They will jump above the Cowboys. So they'll go to 6th. The Cowboys will go 7th. They will stay in 6th, though, because the Broncos are on plus 78. The Sharks will go to plus 49. Gary says tennis. Oh, they're still talking. Buck says, no chance I would live in Unmanly. Unmanly? Unmanly, he reckons. Do you know how much a ticket to Magic Round is? Too much. No, it's. I don't usually do the 3-day thing, right? Where it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When I would go to games, I go to game every single week for the Titans. So I would go to only the day that they play. I think we paid like $150 or something like that. It wasn't that much. The 3-day passes are pretty expensive. But you're getting 9 games of footy or 8 games of footy plus the Women's Origin on Thursday. Someone who's here surely knows more about the pricing than I do. And there we go. The final score, my friends, is going to be Sharks 28-18. They win by 10 points. Eels gave it a crack. They weren't good enough. Sharks still got a lot of, I don't know what's going on in the tank. The Eels are in 16th. If the Panthers beat the Broncos on Sunday, the Panthers will go into 16th. Well, Panthers will go up a little bit more, actually. But the Eels will go into 17th if the Panthers do win on Sunday. Whilst the Sharks, like I said, they will go into 6th place for the time being. They would need the Broncos to lose by 68, 58, 48. They need them to lose by 30 points, the Panthers. Good luck with that one. They can't go any higher than that. Manly would need to win their game against... No, they got the bye, sorry. So no, they don't. Manly can't go above them. The Sharks will now jump back up above Manly. Cowboys actually dropped to 8th now. But again, the Cowboys do play the Warriors tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. So don't forget, guys, tomorrow's live streams, we have got the Rabbitohs and the Knights. We've got the Warriors and the Cowboys and the Tigers and the Dragons. Obviously, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be live for all 3 of those games. And then on Sunday, my birthday, we're going to have a cracker time here. Titans, Dogs, Panthers, Broncos, and the Storm versus the Raiders. So I appreciate you as always. Definitely go check out BKRtravel, our latest video over there. Plus, there's a new one early tomorrow morning for you guys, actually. Early tomorrow morning where it's more like food vlog and Hong Kong airport and stuff like that before I go to New Delhi, which will be cool. So definitely go and check that out. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for support my passion as per always, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Two. I don't know why that took so long for me to say see you just then. Massive pause.